Stay tuned. I'll have details on how to enter, and we'll be announcing a winner later tonight.
Okay, it's a little long, and I think you flubbed on that last.
Did not flub at all.
No, it wasn't a flub. It was
There was no fucking flub. It was not a flub.
You want to see that playback?
No, come on, let's do it. Fuck it.
Okay. Just to hear it. Ready? Go. Take 3, 25-second version, and action.
Hi, I'm Dan Marino from the Miami Dolphins. Welcome to Visa NFL Quarterback Club Week on. I hope you've enjoyed your Thanksgiving Day. We have more NFL action on this Sunday starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, but tonight you'll get a chance to be my backup quarterback for a day. You'll get round trip, airfare, and tickets to a game, a complete uniform, and a chance to meet me. Stay tuned. I'll have details on how to enter, and we'll be announcing a winner later tonight.
Perfect.
Fuck it, send it in.
Okay. You want to see a playback on it?
Nope. I don't want to see shit.
The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
Well, we're all hoping that it's going to be a trip to the NLCS for the Arizona Diamondbacks because the Texas boys are already stoked. So we just got to get the Arizona crew stoked. Fuck the California guys. Fuck them tonight. I don't give a fuck about the Dodgers tonight. Fuck the Dodgers. They better not jump in our fucking pool tonight.
You know, like the two best hitters, like Mookie Betts and Acuna, and it's not about that when you get to the playoffs, man.
No, it's about the clutch people like Bryce Harper, who fucks up, who lost the game for him the night before, and then says, "You know what, you guys, I'm gonna go out and fucking just put you on my back tomorrow night and win it because I fucked up." That's real fucking.
Well, he was already at third base, dude. Like, he ain't that bad.
He fucked up.
No, the guy made a hell of a catch in center field, man. Like, that ball looked like it was going off the wall.
Yeah.
But he's got like 10 home runs now in 2 years. He's nuts.
Yeah, bro.
Somebody better check his bat.
Shout out to my boy Sean just throwing out 5 memberships there.
I know, dude. That's big. That's big. I'm waiting for his alert to come up. To come up so I don't ruin it. That's big. Shout out to Sean. Appreciate you. We got all the Seans, man. We got them all. We got the Seans.
In general, yeah.
Hey, there's these two newscasters. I think they both started out as weather guys, right? And they're twins. And one is named Scene McLaughlin, and another is named Sean McLaughlin. Shit you not. Look that shit up. They were my one of my weathermen growing up here in the valley, and I thought that was the funniest shit ever. So every time I see somebody with the name Sean that's spelt like Scene, I'm calling you Scene.
Fair enough. I do it too.
Oh my god. Yeah, exactly. All right, we got some stuff to talk about tonight. Shout out to everybody in New York getting started. Shout out to fucking, did you guys see Phil Lee, Vintage Comics and Toys? Did you guys see what he did to start the con off?
I didn't see the video. I saw that. So he sold. He said Golden Age books. I don't know what they were. That is enough to pay for the entire booth. So,
what did he sell? What did he do?
He's probably got a video. I mean, I saw the video. I wasn't somewhere I could listen to the video.
I'm looking for it. It is badass, man. So, yeah, he said that. Here we go. I got it. I got it. Let's do this.
It's been set up at New York Comic. Hey guys, so the booth has been set up at New York Comic Con. We'll have a video of our booth tomorrow, but we did a huge sale today to mainly one vendor, and they bought all Golden Age. So, wow, the whole booth, the double booths, the hotel, the rental, all that is all paid for. So, it's only like day one of load-in day, and yeah, let's do a video for the stuff that we sold today.
So real quick, when this happens, you see how happy Phil is right now? You want to know why he's so happy? Because when this happens, this means that the rest of the weekend is party, baby. It is fucking buying drinks for everybody. It is. You don't have to worry about shit. You know you're going to make enough to pay for the trip and have a good time. That's exactly what that is.
Last time I was with Phil, I asked him what he wanted, man. And he was like, I haven't had a drink in a while. Well, adios. We were adios, motherfuckers. A couple rounds of those things in Chicago last year. And that was fun. So I don't know how many adioses he had after this. Maybe it's a few. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, so check out, this is what's crazy. What's crazy is what he sold. Well, he sold it to, like he said, one vendor. Tuesdays, that load-in day, all the vendors are just looking through each other's shit and buying each other's stuff. And one vendor came in and they bought all Golden Age. What does that tell you? All right, so check out the shit that he sold.
I pressed all of the motherfuckers right there.
Wow. I was going to ask him if he pressed these all before he got them graded, or
not all of those. The Erie, not that one. That one I did. Not that one. Not that one.
Where do you come up on all those? I don't remember his video. I mean, he's constantly buying.
Yeah,
no, I didn't.
You know what I mean? He goes through books that he doesn't really hold.
Bro, he went across the country like one time and would stop in every comic shop and film it, like.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
That'd have been.
Yeah, that True Romance I did. Yeah,
I'm surprised he didn't grade all these.
It's you know what? Looking at those prices, man, like he's something like $75. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like $75 to grade it.
Yeah,
and plus,
that's a great point.
I've always been like this. I don't always feel all Golden Age is necessarily is gonna need graded. I don't feel it all needs pressed and cleaned. I mean, it's just. I sort of like how some of them stand. You know what I mean? High grade stuff, you got to make your money out of it. Sure, but these, 2.0s and stuff like that, grade them if you want to see them in a holder. Press it if you.
Hey guys,
press it basically if you want to make it flat. There's just I don't know, but they're just sort of none of them are that common, but the common, just cool looking ones. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not always in favor for it.
Well, this is Phil's booth. Go check him out. What does he say? What booth number did he say it was? Spacing. Rewind a little.
All right,
here we go. Booth. Where's your booth, bro? Where's your booth, man?
It was in the other video. But all right.
There we go. Booth 4008, you guys. Booth 4008. So, man. I wish I was in New York. I seen all these people flying in. I seen
that's actually his wall from 4 years ago.
Is it? Same freaking wall.
No, he just put but hey.
Wow, look at that. That is from 4 years ago. Why is that up there? Why did he repost this?
Maybe repost, I don't know.
We'll be ready in 2021. What?
I like Phil, man. Phil set me up, dude, when we were in Baltimore, because he walked me through, and I guess he had already been there for a little bit, and he took me right by Redhood Comics. And then I to that guy and I gave him my business card and he goes, "Hey, you're the one I told to change your name on Instagram." And I go, "What, is there going to be a problem?" And he goes,
stupid.
and I'm just looking at him like, "What the fuck, bro?" I go, "You sell comics, I press comics." Like, he was getting mad because they were calling him, right? Thinking he was me. And I go, "Well, it's funny. Nobody ever calls me thinking, looking for you when they, call me. You know what I mean?" So,
Man, maybe I should change my name to Reese's Rare Comics and shit.
right, Reese's.
maybe that'll work out.
Damn, bro, a lot of stuff going on. So I'm telling everybody that's there, like that we know that's retailers and stuff. I'm like, just pay attention. I want to, because you know what? I'm going out on a limb, you guys. I'm gonna put myself on a limb against better judgment. You ready for this? Hot fucking take. New York Comic Con is gonna be great for people. It's going to be, all those fucking foil books are gonna sell. They're all going to sell. People are going to buy all of them. People on all the third party platforms are going to be going crazy. Comics are it's going to be a good weekend for comics. That is what I'm thinking is going to happen.
I hope so, dude. But I'm not going to any big cities, bro. For a little bit. Those motherfuckers are fucking terrorists, bro. Like let me tell you, dude, like
Hood takes
I ain't
away.
I ain't going nowhere, bro. I'm gonna stay here in Corpus, and nobody gonna bomb Corpus, bro.
Well,
they're about Corpus, bro.
Well, our friends are already over there, so let's wish them the
I know,
best.
no shit,
Bro,
no shit.
dude. We're in some trouble with that, with our
Even
president,
some that we
bro.
don't like. So whatever.
What timing though, right? That sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
It's just getting
Friday,
ugly.
Friday the 13th, man. That's all I gotta say. It could be going down.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh well.
That's crazy.
Bro, we're on the precipice of World War III, bro.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I don't know, man. Everybody look. Oh, this is out right now. $44. I saw some posts.
Hey guys.
Jesus.
So this is the announcement. We are doing claim show price.
All right. Yeah.
Is the
Why is everything going on? All right. I'm out of it, you guys. I'm out of it. All right.
So I'm gonna bequeath my collection to BigLegg over there. It would be the Promise Collection Part 2, bro. Fucking World War III about to pop off, dude.
I'm kind of safe out here in my new home, in the boonies. So
Yeah. Best
I'm not in
Anakin
LA
cosplay at NYCC, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully that's at NYCC.
Oh, that looks good, dude.
That's
Fucking
kinda
Ghost
cool.
Anakin.
Right? Doesn't that look good, dude?
Yeah,
Dude, that's fucking dope, dude.
bootleg Mark Hamill, not bad either.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I
got
agree.
that crop top. What is it? That
Oh, for sure. He's been growing it all year just for this.
Hey,
Took that picture of Luke to the barber. Took an
dude,
old
that is
toy,
like
cart
that
back,
is
it's
like
here we go.
genius. The
Let's
Force
go.
Ghost shit, dude. That's fucking dope, dude.
what is better cosplay con, San Diego or New York? It's got to be San Diego, right?
I can't assume anything can beat San Diego.
Yeah.
Dude, even WinterCon's pretty good out here because the weather's so good. It might be so good that it hurts the show.
Yeah.
But they have cosplay ball and stuff like that. I haven't, So I don't know. I haven't been to New York, so I guess I can't. I've been to New York Comic Con. It's one of the few big ones I haven't been to. But I haven't seen anything beat San Diego. All the people walking around San Diego, the weather's going to be good in San Diego. Hot at worst. This year was warmer than last for sure. But yeah, man. So
This is pretty cool. You see this? This is the eBay Live booth in NYCC. This is Drew from Wanted Comics Creep Show exclusive for NYCC that he did
Nice.
with Chad Keith, who we've talked about on the show for a long time, just being a really badass artist that we found and just killing it. But check this out, man. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool that they put that on their booth.
Yeah, it is cool. I didn't even see him post that.
Holy cow, dude. Ric Flair's going to be there. Dude.
Nice.
Ric Flair is going to be there after that shit that happened on Kill Tony. I'm surprised Ric Flair is doing any.
What
Did
did he
you see
do?
that
Come on,
shit?
man. He was, dude.
What
That's
did- what did he
honestly,
do?
he was so drunk he didn't know what was going on. I can't.
It was
he
bad,
just, He
Hood.
just didn't know what was going. He didn't know
What
what
did
was
he
happening.
do?
He wasn't prepared for what happened. Like there was.
Okay.
Do you know?
I need-
Are
I
you
need to
familiar
see
with? Are you familiar with Kill Tony though?
Nuh-uh.
All right.
I don't know. Do we?
Play it.
It takes like 2
Alright.
minutes to tell the story. So Kill Tony. So it's Tony Hinchcliffe. The people get on stage. They got 60 seconds if their name's drawn from the crowd to get over on the host of the show. They basically get critiqued and bagged on. And Ric Flair is one of the people sitting up there. Oh, did you talk about it on Bog?
Bro, you set it up perfect right there.
Okay.
Are, usually rip on them, but what they're really trying to do is get them to talk about themselves, to give them ideas to write jokes about, right? So when I saw this fucking thumbnail, dude, for this episode before it came out, I fucking lost my shit because it's my favorite group of comedians. It was Mark Norman, Ari, Shane, Lewis, and that Zach dude. And then it was like Ric Flair. I was like, holy shit, Ric Flair. So fucking,
Bro.
I'm sure you know this, how every time Rogan has a famous wrestler on, he'll have Tony on as like a sidekick guest because he's such a huge wrestling fan. So he had Ric Flair on. You could tell like him and Tony became friends. And Tony was on another podcast telling a story.
Ric Flair, God damn it. Well, like you would have done good if you knew. No. That would have done worse. God damn it. What did he say? Did you think that was your dead aunt? He said that. There's something kinky about all your heroes. He mentioned you, though, you know?
Bro, Ric Flair
at
this point is hammered, Hood. He's hammered.
Faced. And I think Mark and Shane and Ari just got finished recording Protect Our Parks on Rogan.
Yep.
So they came in drunk too, but that's like what they do for a living, unlike the
Listen
Nature
to
Boy.
him.
I'm here having fun, but as long as it's fun, it's fun. When it becomes something that I'm not comfortable with,
I'm watching
saying
your
something
reaction.
Bad,
I'm watching
I
my
don't do that.
reaction.
and the minute it goes that way, I'm out of here.
Like
Oh,
sideways
no,
Asian
no.
pussy.
Shane Gillis, best comedian in the game right now.
Fun.
That's fun. That's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. That was my attempt to be humorous. But I
Shane
will
rules, dude.
never- This is why. Come here, guys.
I forgot to tell you something else really quick, McClay. For the first time, well, maybe like the third time ever, but it happened a lot. As we were watching it, he would be talking and then it'd have weird cuts. Dude, they probably cut out like 30, 40, I don't even know how many minutes of him just rambling. So there's a...
He was so drunk, Hood. He was so drunk that he became the jokes of all the 5 comedians on the stage there. And all those comedians are killers, bro. I'm talking comedians that don't give a fuck about your
There's
feelings.
no filter on that fucking stage
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. Louis J. Gomez, Ari Shaffir, Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
And one of the comedians is the biggest wrestling fans in the world. The comedians that it's his show and that he brought him on. So you can just see his face. You could see he's just getting crushed because his hero's right here next to him and his hero's getting fucking made fun of by all his peers. And it is so bad. And Ric Flair was so he looked so bad, dude. He didn't so bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the jokes were good. That's what they do, is digging these people. So the thing was, at one point, the guy says he's one of them is like a part-time volunteer football coach is one of the things he does. And Ric Flair thinks they're making fun of him for like helping America's youth and volunteering his time. He's just so confused as to what is going on about how much shit talking. And even Tony said after, he's like, I think I should have given him a little more heads up as to what was going to happen here. But honestly, in any of the shows I've ever seen Flair on, I've never seen him that drunk. You know,
dude, he was.
And they had
hammered.
to, like he said, I thought they cut parts out too. So they must have talked hella shit.
I don't know if you get that old and your tolerance just goes down for the alcohol, and like you because you're older, you can't handle it, or
Oh, he straight
like,
parties though. Like
He's
you're,
an
I mean,
alcoholic,
that,
dude.
yeah,
100%.
that's quite possible. He's just shit faced drunk, dude.
Yeah.
And I think they were on drinking the day before. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I'm going with that, dude.
Imagine what that life was like early on, where he is like at the top, and just like the parties probably were just redonkulous, dude.
Oh, dude, that's the weird thing, because the comedy show Kill Tony is about a bunch of comedians making fun of a comedian that's coming on stage that's not really good. You know what I mean? And they go.
I think I saw. So didn't they have? What's the guy who went off on everybody from Philly? What's his name? Bald-headed guy now.
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr, and he didn't like how they were tearing into one of the
Yes.
comics.
Yeah, it was
On Kill
cheesy.
Tony?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so like, here's the thing though. Like, you would think that because he was a wrestler, and one of the things that wrestlers do is they shit talk each other, right? They what do they call that? They call that
It's like verbal sparring, like
Well, they work each other.
shoot, right? They call it a shoot, maybe. Like they
Well, a
shoot on
shoot's
each
when-
other.
A shoot's when you don't. A shoot's when you mean it.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? It's scripted, or you know what I mean? What do they call it? Scripted outcome. A shoot is when all of a sudden,
Yeah, but
somebody
they
goes
kayfabe.
rogue and then
Thank
punches
you.
under the fucking
Yeah,
Kayfabe.
kayfabe, yeah.
And
A
you
promo
should be able to
too,
talk shit. You know how they always talk shit about each other. They're always talking shit about other wrestlers. You should be able to be a good shit talker if you're a wrestler, bro.
See, that's why I love sports so much, is that it transcends race, because here you got a white guy in Ric Flair, but he's just like, black dudes are just like, oh man, he's the shit. You know what I mean? And
he's a different.
That's why
he's
sport.
not
yeah,
a wrestler
that's why
to them
sport.
anymore.
Yeah, that's why sports is so cool. Like, black dudes will go, man, that's Tom Brady over there, bro.
Yeah,
So-
he did talk about
Tom
his
Brady.
son having died,
which was
so it
really
kinda put
bad
him-
timing.
Put him in sad time.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Bad
And-
timing, and not to
and
don't
he-
bring that up while you're hammered and with a bunch of other hammered comedians that are getting wasted.
No, dude.
Anyways,
Showed up, and they showed up wasted too.
yeah, that's
So,
not going to be the
the
Ric Flair
perfect
that's going to show up.
Shitty storm.
Yeah, it'd be different.
Yeah, it's going to be a Ric Flair that's almost 200 years old. Do you think that, like, at that point, if I was a company, I don't know if I would be bringing up somebody that was that old. Like, I don't want to have Stanley up there where I got to have his handler hold his arm. Like, that's the thing. I don't mean to rip on eBay Live. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here ripping on eBay Live. They're trying to get whoever they can to get,
He's a name, man.
He's
He's
a
still
name.
a name.
He did it for Whatnot in San Diego.
Exactly.
Yeah, so.
But what
Hey-
I do see that's pretty dope is Maria Wolf's going to be there, and there she is wearing a badass Alex Pardee shirt. So get your Maria Wolf books from Clutch and Wanted Comics. I got mine. Fucking shout out to the boys. I got
And
mine.
she's such a good artist, man.
Dude, I gotta come clean. I wasn't the biggest fan of her Void Rivals cover. Okay, coming clean. And so when I heard that she was going to, and I'm a huge Maria Wolf fan. You guys go watch old episodes. I'm a huge Maria Wolf fan. I just didn't like her Void Rivals. And, when I heard that there was going to be another Maria Wolf from, our buddies Clutch and Drew, I kind of thought twice about it. But dude, when I saw this, it was like, and then I heard that she's a huge freaking Transformers fan, like a massive Transformers nerd. So this blew me away right here. This is probably the best #1 cover out of all the Transformer covers I've seen. especially the foil. Even though I shit on foil books pretty heavily right now, there's some foils out there that do well. This one does well. So beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, love that color. And you know what? The foils don't bother me. It's sort of flavor of the week. A lot of them look really cool. I like the ones that, I mean, I suppose everybody does. Some of them pop. Some of them look dull. And I don't know the difference in how people. I don't know the difference in how people create those or decide the colors in doing that. But yeah, so I really like. I'm okay with the foils because I liked them when I was a kid. You know, I
just hope that they figure out a way to make the foil pop more. And I guess what I mean by that is, I saw this. You know, remember there was the metal covers. There were certain metal covers that were just popped, right? And then I saw these. These are some foil that are coming out at the con. But look at how much these pop. I want the foil to pop like that. I want it to be, you know, I mean, I don't want it to be dull. I want it to pop. I don't want to have a flashlight in hand, even though he's probably got a flashlight in hand. But you know what I mean? I want them to just pop off the page. I don't want them to be dull, especially if it's only if it like dull, if it's like meant to for the aesthetic, that's cool. But if it's a foil, I want it to look like a Topps Chrome refractor. You know what I mean? That's what I want. I want it to just be like those old school chromium books. That what was the old school? Look, here he is. As soon as we're talking shit, he's got to jump on.
Hell yeah! What up, brother?
What up, fellas?
How's it going, dude?
So clutch.
It's good. What's up, guys? I'm in an Uber right now in New York, heading out to a party.
Nice.
And we're all over here just crying about how we wish we were there.
I mean, it's dude, this place, it is looking awesome.
Hey, be careful,
the show. Whoa! What you trying to do? What you trying to do?
Told you, bro.
I see you.
Everybody's being careful out there, brother.
Absolutely, man. Dude, the best thing I saw today. So there's like a South Park. There's like a South Park booth, and they've got all these like props and stuff, or like make fake props from the show. And I swear to God, they had like a tinfoil hat, and I was like, I just thought about you guys. I'm like, we all needed these tinfoil hats for this week at New York Comic Con. Like that should be the show exclusive. Like get a little like paper hat made out of tinfoil.
Yeah, we just got done talking shit about Maria Wolf right before you popped on.
Why are you talking shit?
No, I talk shit, but I did it because I knew I was gonna talk shit about her and immediately hype her up. We were talking about this book right here, brother.
You didn't like one of her books, man. I said they were awesome. Don't listen.
I was telling a story.
That book is trash.
I was telling a story. I said I'm a huge. You guys all know I'm a huge Maria Wolf fan. Yada yada yada. But when I saw when I saw the Void Rivals one, I thought to myself, maybe she isn't that great on Transformers. But it was a Void Rivals book. You know, it's good. It's just not the best Maria Wolf book, right? And when you guys said that you guys were going to be doing stuff with Maria Wolf, I was like, man, maybe it's not maybe choose somebody else for Transformers stuff. Like if you're doing like anything else, dude. Yeah. And you guys busted out this issue, this damn Transformers #1, and it is by far the best cover of the Transformers
I love
#1.
that girl so much. Yeah, it's a cool cover.
Yeah.
Honestly, like the Void Rivals thing was really tough. Like I can't, because they were so restrictive, like they didn't want to let the cat out of the bag. Like you can't show a Transformer on the cover, so we got to show these two characters, or like these two alien races in helmets, and like it's really hard to like get out like I don't know how to make that super cool, right? And I think they did some really good covers with what they are, but it's like it's tough for any artist to kind of like how do I make these two space people fight? It's like Kirk fighting the Gorn. It's like I'm gonna throw a rock at you. It's like hard to do.
Yeah.
But like the Transformer stuff, like she loves sound waves. Like it's her favorite Transformer ever. we got really lucky that that was available to us through Skybound, and yeah, she killed it. And
Yeah.
she's done some like sketch covers for people. Like she's killing these covers right now. And honestly, God, dude, you guys are gonna shit yourselves. I saw the cover. She's doing a cover that's coming out for a property that we all love. That is not. It's from another publisher named Boom. The cover is dope. I saw it. It looks insane. Like it's probably one of the best covers of that series. It's so good.
Good. She deserves to get some hype going. That's for sure. What's going on with the EB Live booth, dude? We were just talking about this craziness,
dude. Look at that, dude.
Yeah.
Was that from Drew? Yeah, he came through today. Yeah, the booth is.
There's someone
awesome.
dead on the. There's someone dead on the floor. I just noticed.
Yeah, right there.
All right.
They're probably like running like cables and wiring in there.
Yeah.
It's coming together. So like it's New York Comic Con's insane. And have you guys like been there like in the past like 5 years or so? Like
no, dude. I need to go. I've never been to NYCC.
It's a really fun show, but it's just intense like from the beginning to the end. And they've got like the way like San Diego Comic Con. I was talking to the guys today at FGPG who are putting the booth together. Like San Diego, you can start like the earliest you can start building a booth is like the Saturday before. So like you can have like 5 full days of building a booth. New York Comic Con, it is 2 days. You get Tuesday and you get Wednesday, and that's it. So like all these booth vendors are like just crushing to get these things done. And like I think even they said that they might be there until midnight tonight just to get it, final. So because their booth space is 50 foot by 80 foot, which is like that footprint is massive.
Where is it?
Got so much going on. It's over in the very front corner, the front left near the atrium, and it's next to the Funko booth because they're doing a bunch of stuff with Funko as well. They've got so much stuff going on inside there. I think the stage itself for the eBay Live, so they're going to be running eBay Live shows from the booth all day, every day. The stage itself is like 15 foot by 15 foot. It's massive. I was like, this is so big. It's going to be a really fun time.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's really cool. I can't wait to hear. One of the things that I'm saying is I think that even though we were the speculation collecting, community that we're part of, has been really down on all the crazy foil covers, all the crazy. It's FoilCon, it's FoilCon, it's FoilCon, and I think that it's going to be people are going to sell out. It's going to be hopefully a really good weekend. I think that a lot of those books that all are quote unquote New York Comic Con exclusives are going to sell really well. I think there's going to be 3 or 4 that pop out from the con that we really didn't know about, and they had 100 copies, 200 copies, that type of thing. There's going to be some darlings, there's going to be some big books, but I think for the most part everybody's going to do well. It's going to be a fun con and it's going to go great. It's going to be very interesting to see how that all plays out.
So. Yeah, dude, I really hope so. I think I want everyone to succeed in what they're doing, especially if they're doing it the right way. I want you to succeed twice as much, but I don't want anyone to fail at any different. Like I don't want to see someone go, bankrupt because they did a dumb book,
Yes.
You still deserve the chance to be okay, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
but there's still some dumb books out there.
Yes, there is, brother. Yes, there is, man. And I'm sure we're going to talk about them. I'm sure that over the next week and a half, we're going to be talking.
Do you think that's because of their inexperience or just bad advice?
Both.
Dude, that's actually a really good point. Like, I think there are a lot of people who probably are like so new to this industry, and they're just like, I'm just trying to do something, right? And then they may not know, like, this is what I can do, or this is the opportunity that was presented to me, so I'm going to jump on it and try to make the most of it. And it's like, cool, man, but that's someone gave you bad advice, and like you just don't know what you're talking about, or you don't know the book you should be doing, and you're not reading the room well.
Yeah,
it's a treacherous landscape out there.
Yeah. Up to Down 7 says, McClay, after talking so much the past few months about how there's too many con exclusives, too many store exclusives, what makes you think the foils are going to blow up and lift the market? I don't think they're going to lift the market. Lift the market's a whole nother thing. I don't think they're going to blow up either. I think New York Comic Con weekend, though, people are going to sell out of those books. I think that it's going to... And I'm not saying that that's a good or a bad thing. I think that's just what's going to happen. I think that a lot of those books will sell, and you just got to be careful about what you're trying to do in this hobby. Are you collecting just to collect? Then buy whatever you want. Are you collecting to flip? You got to be careful. Are you collecting with the idea that these are going to be worth something later? You got to be careful, right? So it's very interesting, man. It's very interesting.
Absolutely.
I'm waiting for the new. All right, so here's what I want, Clutch. Keep your eye open, bro. I want the next thing. I want to know if you see anything at the con that multiple you don't tell me if you see something, we don't expect you to say got something in your back pocket that you want to put in your back pocket, but I want to know the multiple things at the con that you see that you think people are already doing that are going to be the next thing. Are there any cool new printing things? Are there any cool new what do we call acetate, not gadgets, but gimmicks, yeah. Any cool new gimmicks? That's what I want to know, because I feel like that we're going to get something out of there that we're going to be talking about for the next 6 months, because it's the cool new gimmick.
I hope so. I mean, I think that I'd love to see, I'd love to see some extra new innovation and stuff. There's, honestly, God, the printers, the capabilities of some printers out there, the stuff that the guys that Image and Skybound used, they would send out samples hey, here's our big sample book of the stuff we can do. We didn't even touch, I don't know, 90% of the awesome stuff that they can do. I think that there's so much available to us, and it's just I think we find ourselves in this is the same. We're good with the same and the same and the same. We just kind of keep on ourselves on that treadmill, and it's no, dude, let's get something cool. Let's make something really neat. Fans would pay for it. I think fans, even if it's a little more expensive, I think they would, if it was a cool, unique gimmick for a cover, they'll go for it.
Yeah.
Except for don't put a Calypso's little gem on a comic anymore. I don't need that anymore. I don't want
because
that
they fuck up the book in front of it. They put fucking big old creases in the book in front of them. I was lucky enough to do I do that show on Comic Man Andy's on Tuesday, Comic News Weekly, and Drew Zucker from Kanto was on there, and we were talking a little bit about the whole AI thing and everything. That's one of the reasons he was there. But one of the things that he talked about was the fact that he thinks that I shouldn't put words in his mouth, but one of the things that we talked about as a group is how what we need as a savior right now is good storytelling. We need good storytelling,
absolutely,
man. Because the covers have become the go-to. We need the storytelling. That's what we need. So hopefully there's some
and it's hard, Brian, because they're what story hasn't been told yet?
Yeah.
But unless, because it's a commitment from a writer if he's going to tell a great story. There's only one Alan Moore that can write a Killing Joke where it's basically 6-7 paragraphs and he's got the Killing Joke, but it's a commitment from a writer. I'm going to be on this book for 2 years and I'm going to tell this story, and he plots it out and has a plan, and here's where I'm at and here's where I'm going to go, and it's going to involve these characters, and ultimately this is the end game, right? But it doesn't feel like there's that type of commitment, but I mean, it's a competitive market, and I get it. And
this is kind of interesting. This new Scott Snyder thing that we got going on. What is this? Arcbound. Have you guys heard about this? This is
Yeah,
on
he
Saturday.
somehow got Tom Hardy involved as well.
Oh wow.
So I don't know if that means it's gonna be an option thing or if Tom Hardy does writing. So yeah.
It's a panel at NYCC Saturday. Arcbound. Dive deep into the cosmos with Eisner Award-winning Scott Snyder, comic titan Frank Thierry, and art phenom Ryan Smallman embark on the intergalactic odyssey through a galaxy in turmoil where an appalling betrayal forces the series protagonist Kai into an interstellar rebellion. This 12-part comic series questions what it means to be a human in a universe where your mortal body is optional. Grab an exclusive first look at this explosive new franchise and join the creators for a Q&A. That's interesting, man. That's interesting. There we go.
Sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, is Scott Snyder going to come back? And we've all been waiting for Donny Cates to do what Scott Snyder is going to do this year with Arcbound. Let's hope.
Yeah, there's I put the link just now to his Facebook. It's like the first post.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool. Check it out.
Look at that. Oh, it wants me to log in. What are we doing here?
Boo.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So
Maybe
hit up Donny Cates. Hey, let's write a book, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
I don't know if this will work.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. He's got Tom Hardy there. So this is on Scott Snyder's Facebook page, Leg?
Yeah, you had it up. I just sent another link. I don't know if you can see it, but I don't know if that'll show up or not.
All right, here we go. Let's take a look at this. This is pretty interesting.
I don't. Hold on. No, I just hold on.
See, if I was Marvel, I'd give Scott Snyder a shitload of money.
There we go.
Yeah.
Reboot this motherfucker, man.
Yep.
So he's got that, and he says, "I can finally share this pic." Hashtag Arcbound.
There we go.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's very interesting.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Well,
remember when Snyder was on New 52?
Yes.
And every fucking 2 weeks, like that Batman book, you couldn't wait for that Batman book, dude.
Well, who was he doing that New 52 Batman book with?
Well, Capullo.
Capullo and Glapion, right?
Yeah. I think Greg Capullo is going to be hanging out at eBay Live sometime this weekend at NYCC. So we'll all, you guys make sure to follow Clutch. He's going to bounce out. He's getting ready to go hang out with all his buddies. So say hello to everybody.
Yeah, I'm going
Clutch.
out too. What's
when
up,
you hanging
guys?
out with Capullo?
No, not tonight. No, it's tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow it's I do an eBay live stream from 12 to 1, and Capullo's going to come on around 12:30. So that should be awesome. And then yeah, we got a lot of cool signings and shit tonight. I'm going to a True Cult party with Liana Kangas and Jaslyn Stone. So it's going to be kind of fun. And then tomorrow morning, dude, tomorrow morning, it's either going to be complete success or a massive shit show. But we're dropping the Transformers book for New York Comic Con on eBay for pickup in the booth and stuff. So it's going to be crazy. So we'll see how that goes.
Good luck to you, Clutch.
Get some
awesome,
sleep.
man. Thanks, guys. We'll
All right,
catch you.
brother. Have fun,
Bye.
bro. All right, late. Good
Hey,
shit, man.
Brian.
So
Real
literally,
quick.
you can look up his eBay, the at Big Clutch.
Yep.
Go ahead and do that and follow him if you don't. And because I get alerts for him, Drew. They don't have that many comic sellers. Jesse, I don't have that many comic book sellers I sell. It's not that I follow because it's not like Whatnot. Like we're not approved. I might be able to. Maybe I could talk to Clutch or something like that if I felt like doing that. But anyway, there's not as many comic book sellers on there. So try to sign up for alerts for Big Clutch. And actually, Wanted Comics Drew is going to be going live on there as well. So go ahead and look him up as well. Follow both of them if you don't. And that's the only way to do it.
Yep.
So,
that's cool shit.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Let's hear it, brother.
So I was watching this interview with Jada Pinkett Smith.
Oh, yes. I heard about that.
Are you aware of this? So
Yes.
evidently
Is that
these
real?
two have
Yes.
been divorced, but not divorced.
Since
And, like,
2016.
We'll all stay in the house, but like you do your shit and I do my shit. Right? We won't be married, but and then over the years, maybe the shit will work back. Maybe I'll invite you back into the bedroom type of deal. But I'm thinking to myself, so you went and slapped the shit out of Chris Rock
For a chick
and
that
just
you're not even
yeah, for a chick that basically like fucked your son's best friend, cheated behind your back, and you just fucking just like really fucked up your career all for that.
Yep.
And I'm just like, bro, like if somebody talked to Will Smith and get out of that toxic relationship, bro.
Are you pitching a comic here, dude? Is that
Nah, man, I'm just like, I saw it today and I was floored, and I haven't had a chance to talk to anybody about it. And I was just like, are you fucking serious? You went and slapped Chris Rock for this fucking bitch. They don't want nothing to do with you. Are you fucking serious, dude?
Yeah, dude.
Okay,
I'm not-
next, back to comics.
Who's surprised on that one? I'm definitely not. I don't think anybody out there is surprised on that.
Not at all. As long as he got some too. But these are we talked about the old foils, man. So I pulled these at Grading Paw. I forget if did I pull these last week or did I say something after the show? So these ones, I mean, look how, dude, hollow foils, whatever. These are, want to say 93.
Yeah.
Right. And look at these
Alpha.
things. And this is on a count. Yeah, Alpha and Omega.
Yeah.
Look how gorgeous. They're both wraparounds. I just cleaned off fingerprints and such, so I'm not taking them back out. But the back looks like the front on these things. Also, I just found out today, I got a gold version of this and newsstand in 98.
Really?
Yeah. So there were a lot of these printed. If nobody messed with them, they don't have dents. I just pick these things up when I see them, especially if like can't feel any color breaks. But these are chromium. Is there a difference between these and the foils? I just have no idea.
I'm trying to look on
because these have stayed around for 30 fucking years and they look amazing. Nobody read these things.
Yeah.
Well, isn't chromium supposed to be a higher end of foil?
It should.
I don't know.
Right?
I'm literally asking. I don't know the difference.
Well, they have like this mirror glass, like almost plastic finish to them. Also, man, that's. Dude.
Yeah, these are just. I mean, they're absolutely stunning. I love the art. I loved them as a kid.
Yeah,
I mean,
chromium.
That's why I said I like the gimmick back. That's why I said earlier I like the gimmick back then. I like the gimmick now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's that cover still holds up, man. That's fucking badass.
Oh, absolutely. Both of them do. The wraparounds where sometimes the back's better than the front.
Hey, what's up, Jesse?
Do you know what I mean? So here we go. Chrome's a heavier stock, really.
Look at this picture.
These papers are really thin.
Mighty Mel V and Bird City in New York City. There you go.
Yeah, Mel. So anyway, you know what those are.
So some sad news.
Our age.
Keith Giffen passed away. That's a bummer. Another legendary comic book creator passed away.
Yeah,
I think he was in his 80s.
Justice League, right? Justice League and
Lobo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Justice League, you know what? And he kept stuff a little bit lighter, it seemed like.
Mm-hmm.
When things were, I don't know, comics had some serious tones, even though maybe geared towards younger crowd than they are now. But, you know, Lobo was one of my favorites growing up. So
it's kind of weird how that is the case,
Justice
right?
League.
He
did
created
JLA.
Lobo.
I think he did International.
He created
He
Lobo.
did that famous Justice League cover, right? For Justice League #1, where they're all looking up and it's like always homage. Didn't he do that cover?
Well,
or is that John Byrne?
He might have wrote it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, wrote it.
But I don't know.
He did do some art.
Old guys go. Yeah, I know. I don't think he did that cover though.
Yeah, but
no, that might have been somebody else.
Yeah. He also created Ambush Bug.
That's
I think he created a Blue Beetle.
Did he create Blue
Did
Beetle?
he?
Not Blue Beetle like the original, but
No, the DC version.
yeah, the DC version. Yeah.
The the Booster Gold version.
And Rocket was it? No. His very first published work was with the guy who created Rocket Raccoon. Bill Mantlo. Yeah, that's interesting, man. That's crazy. We're just gonna, that's what's the problem with getting older. You lose the people that lose the greats.
Why you always got to depress us, man? The show was going.
Hey,
good.
we gotta cover the best, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir. All right. What else do we got going on tonight? The big news.
If they're gonna do all these Brian, all these foils, how come nobody's thought of doing the foil, but like to have that covering that if you want to peel it off, you can. That way, you don't risk any fingerprints or anything like that.
Like old Stadium Club Tops card,
right?
Or Tops,
like if you're going to send it to CGC, like
then it's a green label, dude.
Off.
Really?
That's a green label.
Yeah.
Then it's a green label. Nobody's taking that shit off.
No, but I'm saying CGC could peel it off
don't know what to
and
do.
then grade it.
They're not touching your shit, dude. They just cut out your polybag because they didn't have a way to get it in there. Not a bad idea, but it'll be a terrible follow through by everybody involved. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not saying.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm just like, there's going to be so many issues with fingerprints on it and shit like that. As many foils as they're coming out with, Jesus Christ.
Yep. Well, there was one thing I did see this. Shout out to I think this is a Comic Tom book. I see Rage Theo is promoting it. This Swamp Thing book. Bjorn Barron Swamp Thing book.
Isn't that Bermejo?
No, is this Bermejo? This is Bjorn Barron's right here.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, Bjorn Barron's, man. Just freaking beautiful. Look at that thing. Holy cow.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah. I've always been a fan of that look, of this look of Swamp Thing. Like, it's just a badass look. I know everybody's looking straight at his crotch because that is what you guys instantly want to look at. That's your thing. Hey, I'm cool with it. Whatever.
Did you guys pick up the Gods #1?
No, what was that?
So that's the new X-Men, the X-Men.
No, I
you
didn't
guys
see
seen
that.
what's been going on with that title?
No.
Is that the one with the free comic book day first?
Yeah.
I had a bunch of those.
Yeah, so that's a big time spec play. There's so many characters. Like, this is supposed to be Hickman's way of kind of
fixing stuff
and introducing some just bringing some life to the X-Men.
He was supposed to do that a year ago, bro.
Well, they did, but it just got so Hickman, man. Let me tell you, Hickman is sometimes all over the place, gets so convoluted, and but his stuff is the most adapted in the MCU for the MCU. Like, all of his stuff, if you think about it, if you look at his Avengers run, like, Feige pulls from Hickman like so much. So when Hickman jumped on the X-Men, like, you felt like, okay, you better keep an eye on what he's doing because they may pull from Hickman's stuff. And I would just say pay attention to everything going on that with all these characters and everything, because we may see them in the next movies, only because of what he did with Ebony Maw and what is it, the Black Order, So I mean, in 2 years they were on the screen. So
how much do they pay Peach, dude?
I know, bro.
Oh man,
she works a lot.
Yeah, she does.
Or art term. Is that art term? I assume.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, you remember when Peach was first coming up, Comic Time?
No.
Peach, 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 and
It's
everybody had like
something-
fucking tired her out, dude.
Or it might be actually. I was reading something else.
Where is it? Did it come out this week?
Yeah. God's number one.
What's that
Gods?
Mad book? I missed that too.
Yeah, God's number one.
Mad Barbie.
Why don't I see it? Is it called something different?
No, you had it. You remember you were on there with Peach.
Yeah, but this is I'm looking at new comics this week from
Marvel?
League of Comic Geeks.
Man, I feel like I missed like half the show.
Hey, Aaron, did
Welcome in. Welcome back, kind of.
Yeah.
This is out at shops this week. It was supposed to be dropped last week, but it got dropped early. So if you guys are into Gold Key and old school Gold Key stuff, this is that Boris Karloff book. Came out this week. There's only I think the Bird City will have this at NYCC, and I think there was rumors that they might have artists and writers there to sign. I don't know, but if you're in NYCC, stop by the Bird City and Hive booth. Talk to Anthony about. I think there's only
Gods was
100 of
last
these.
week. Okay, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, Gods was last week, and then
Sorry,
Jesse.
DT.
Bird City Comics and Jesse James Comics did a variant for this, I believe, and it's super rare. They only printed. Jesse, how many did they print of these? Like 100 each, 250 maybe, something like that. So, all right, Gods was last week. Well, here's the thing about that. Do you like that they have to keep constantly creating new characters? I feel like they have enough characters that they could tell some pretty damn good stories with those characters, right?
I just so with the characters they already have, I mean, maybe it's not enough traction to get people excited. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't want to say a character and it's somebody's favorite character and then I get all this hate and shit like that. But that's one way to kind of gain even more interest is have a new What I do like though, Bryan, is that what if show and that Indian superhero girl.
Yes.
The way they did that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't overkill or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
That's what I like. That's maybe that's the new way of introducing new characters. Maybe going through another medium and then bringing it to the comics instead of comics to the TV. Maybe trying something drastically different.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. I hope that Hickman fixes the X-Men because the X-Men, that's my Marvel, like the X-Men and Cosmic. Those were my things at Marvel always. And the X-Men have just been, they haven't been that great. I thought that there was going in good directions, but it just got like when you can constantly, you're already in comic books where nobody ever dies, and then if you have these seed pod things where nobody ever dies again, like, and then, I'm just
or where you have to read 6 different titles just to get a full storyline of what's going on.
Yeah,
like that was annoying.
Yeah. Well,
Too
here's
many
another thing, though.
crossovers for killer. Yeah.
Another thing about that is, I think that you can tell good stories without death always being the main plot line of the story, right?
Well, I was definitely enjoying what House and Powers started at,
Yeah.
but then towards, I mean, was it just me or towards the end it like just kind of
convoluted,
lost its steam to it as well, where it's just like kind of like I was like, okay, I see where they're going, like now I don't care.
It wasn't
like,
a good story.
Like it started out really strong. Like I had high hopes for it to see like all the alternate timelines and stuff like that. Like, like hey, in this year, blah blah. I mean, but you definitely have to read all those like what you see on the screen, right, or through the goggles.
I really liked the whole storyline where they were setting up, where they had the those new characters that they created on Mars or whatever. What do they call that place? They had those new characters. I liked where they went before that, where they introduced those new characters. What happened to those new characters? You know, those new characters are cool. I want to hear like Apocalypse is a cool character. I want to hear more about Apocalypse. You have great stories you can tell with Apocalypse. I want to hear more about you know, the characters that we love already. I don't know. I'm just on my soapbox
but
right
I
now.
just don't want a story that's based off of like something that Claremont already wrote. So.
Yeah. Death sold in the 60s through the 80s, but not anymore, man. Not anymore. That's for sure.
You know what I hate? The fact that the Marvels is going to come out, and we all know it's going to fucking suck. And the pre-sale tickets are, I heard some of the worst, even worse than Blue Beetle and all of that, right? So that's what's frustrating, is that next month we're going to have to hear how the Marvels is terrible and, oh, woe's me, comics are dead. And like, you know, I wish we could just like get it over with right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so we could just move on. You know, it's just like, I gotta wait a month to hear that this movie sucks, and we all know it's gonna fucking suck.
Well, that's kind of like the thing with this. Philly Born to Saint Apocalypse is back already, and that there's a new sick cover. I felt like they could have told these great apocalypse stories over the past year. Like they were setting him up. They were letting you know he's over here and he's cool and we want to tell a story about him. Well, tell it now. I just want to hear it now. I want my cake. I want my cake and eat it too.
I'm sorry,
all right.
Tony.
Here we go. Todd McFarlane, NYCC.
Oh, here we go.
Let's see what he's got to say.
Hey everybody, Todd McFarlane here. Couple pieces of news. Number one, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to attend in person the New York Comic Con this year.
Oh.
Since it got moved a week, that's the exact same week that my son is getting married. So I'm going to be at a wedding having a good time while you guys are in New York having a good time. But here's what we're going to do in my absence. We do have a big panel coming at the New York Comic Con, and we've got a lot of new things that we're going to be announcing. And in return, if you show up to that panel, and it's a small room of only 250 people, so you better get there quick, we're going to give you a book that actually has all the projects we're working on, and there's only going to be 250 of them with the full autograph on there.
That's cool.
And it'd be the only time I'm ever going to sign this book in red. So there will only be 250 of this book.
I like shit like that.
And it will be
That's
yours
cool.
free of charge if you show up for the panel. So for all of you that are interested in all things sort of McFarlane, Spawn, and comic book on our end, go and get a free comic book, one of 250. We usually do exclusives at San Diego, New York, and we usually make 1,000 to 1,500 of them, and we sell them. Here we're making 250, and we're giving it away for free. Show up, be one of the 250.
There you go.
Okay, so did he call himself Todd McCharlane? I swear to God he did. And also with Year's voice. So Rob Liefeld is sort of going through that book that discusses Todd's battle with Neil Gaiman and everything surrounding that, and he's sort of given his view on that. So I thought it was pretty entertaining to listen to the Robcast do that just while I was working at home.
Is that today?
Yeah. It's been, if you have to go to Rob's website, and it's called Robcast, and I don't know if the third one's out, but he's done 2 episodes, like an hour each. And the thing is, he does Todd McFarlane in his Todd McFarlane impersonation. Well, no, it's a series, right? Like I can't do it. Like I'm just sit there and I wait for the fucking show to hear Rob do Todd's voice. You know, so I don't know. It's pretty funny. It's entertaining. It's what that Breaking Kayfabe guys did last year, kind of, but they literally went through this for beyond hours, you know. And also, all respect to those guys, love them as artists and stuff. Also, but with Todd, or with Rob, you know, he was there, so he has extra stuff to add to it. So I've just been entertained.
Is it the
and
latest
Rob
episode?
Liefeld just talking shit. He does it. He does it in both. He probably does it more in the latest. It's hard to find. He does it probably at least 5 times throughout of it. So if you go up to podcast top right, it's on there. Yeah, let's do it on the computer. I don't think it's on. Is it there? Maybe it's not on podcast, or maybe click on the podcast.
Is it this?
Episodes?
Is this the right web? Is this
maybe go to episodes? It's Rob Liefeld's official site. I see it, but I don't know why I'm not seeing that. I don't think it was on. He definitely advertised it on his Twitter. Son of a bitch.
Here's his. Is this his actual shop?
Yeah. Rob Liefeld Creations. That's it. Click on that podcast. I feel like it wasn't on the same page as every. Check out the latest episode. I don't know. Maybe he took it down or something.
Oh wow.
I don't know, man. If I can find it on the Twitter, I'll put it in the chat.
That's a bummer. I love shit like that, dude. I love hearing.
And Todd's got that distinct voice.
Yeah, it's almost like an East Coast Canadian voice. You know what I mean? Like you would think a mix between a Canadian and the East Coaster from the United States would kind of sound like.
Yeah.
So he can't decide where he's from. Is that what we're getting at?
Yes. Yeah.
Like, are you fucking serious, dude? Like, it's the only time I'm gonna sign in red. Like, is that a thing?
That book.
Yeah, but is that a thing?
Well, he's probably going to hand those out at all kinds of events, and I mean that's smart. It makes it collectibles. That's what we want. We want things to be collectible, man.
Well, it's a thing in cards, right? Where if you get like the red signatures on certain cards, or you know, if they're using blue ink or black or blue or black, you know, like there's a small niche of people that actually care about that kind of thing for whatever reason. It's like I think in cards it's supposed to be like pretty rare to see a red signature. Like that type of signature.
All right. I got you.
I'm trying to find this. I'm looking at Rob's
maybe it's me. I'm just being an asshole. I'm sorry.
Damn it, Hood. Why are you always an asshole, man?
I don't know, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Rob Liefeld needs to have a YouTube show. He has to, dude. He is one of the funnest people to watch in comics.
Dude. And his whatnots are freaking entertaining, dude.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I was just about to say, like, how many times have we brought up his whatnot sales?
I've always said they need to make a movie about when Todd got everybody together to leave Marvel. Imagine what the casting would look like, who would play Todd, who would play Rob Liefeld, and just the spectacle that created in the early 90s and with Image Comics. But you know, there's been several documentaries and things like that. Like that certainly would be a great movie.
This is
cool, how many books of a different color signature? Well, you got to collect the whole rainbow, you know. He's doing red for this one. Obviously, he's going to do a green.
Thanks, Justin.
A black, you know. You got to get the whole rainbow, right?
I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's you started to play it, man, but it's difficult.
It's not video. That's the only problem, right? There's no video.
No, there's not, and I can't. Yeah, so I can't tell you. It's a lot to go through. Yeah, for an hour and a half. Try see if what the new Instagram I sent will come up. See if anybody remembers this.
All right. Oh yeah. Here we go.
Hey, Jimmy Linguini. All these great names. Jimmy Linguini. That is a name that you could eat, right? Are we in agreement? I am Rob Liefeld. You are hearing from me today. Jimmy, I am here to tell you, without any exception, any hesitation whatsoever, and I'm on my vacation. I'm doing this while I'm out of town for you, Jimmy Linguini. And I'm here to say that my favorite comic book podcast is the Unpressable Defects on YouTube. Comic Book Wars with Jimmy Linguini is pretty great too. Those are words to live by. I mean them. I swear by them. I hope you guys are having a great summer. I hope you have a great summer. Get out.
That's so funny, bro.
Dude, we
Dude,
paid him
I
like,
re-
we
I
paid him like
remember
50
that,
bucks, dude. That Jimmy paid him like $50 to do that
Dude,
shit
that's
for
awesome.
Yeezee.
That's totally worth the $50.
I totally
Yeah.
forgot about that.
What's that site you can get that on?
Oh,
Cameo.
Cameo.
Cameo. I'm pretty sure it was Cameo, but he got it. He got it somehow, dude. $50 fucking for that. I was in tears. Jimmy paid for some good ones. That
Rob Liefeld is the best, bro.
Oh, we had the long dick style.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was funny. That was funny. That was good shit.
Definitely not reading from a script. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, he was like in Hawaii and charges $50 for that.
Yeah. There
You needed more money.
There's some fucking big news this tonight, you guys. Like some real big news. This news about Daredevil is pretty crazy. Right?
It's nuts. It's
like
nuts.
what the hell is going on?
Hopefully they came to their senses and realized that they were creating shit.
Gone.
Like they're blowing it all up, dude. They're starting all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I like is that they think they want to get it right. And one of the things that they got the most right, period, was the Daredevil show.
Yeah.
So it stands up. Like if people haven't seen it, and I do have non-comic friends that are like, oh, screw it, I'll watch this Daredevil. I'm like, dude, it is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love
somebody's watching
Punisher,
it just now. So I
Give me
forget
the
who it was. Somebody
Yeah,
was
I
saying
know.
they
I
were-
forget somebody too.
Yeah.
Dude, give me the Defenders back. I'm down.
Yeah.
Let's go, man. Was that the greatest 6 episodes? No, but we could just take Iron Fist out.
See,
the rest of the badass characters in there, dude.
if they would have had another actor, which at first I didn't think he was that bad, but the martial arts were terrible, bro.
That's what body doubles are for.
Yeah, but they could have done Iron Fist so much better, dude. Jesus Christ.
So
They're
basically,
gonna-
they filmed a couple episodes and they said that it wasn't good, right?
Yeah.
They fired
and
all the
King-
writers, all the
yeah.
directors, and will start over from scratch.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you strike.
And when they've got, dude, and when they had another hit in D'Onofrio, that's absolutely beast in that show. Having another hit with that guy, oh my gosh. So they gotta keep going, man. They gotta keep going. They gotta do what's right. And so I'm glad for it. It sucks that it's on the docket for like 2025 now. You know what I mean? But hell, it's good, man. So I'm fine with it. And they said the reason is, or one of the reasons I assume, is they made it like a legal show, and that he doesn't until the end of the 4th episode. He didn't don the costume.
Yeah, we're over
Now,
that.
Weird, but I don't.
We're over
if they
that.
did it right, I don't care about that. They did it right. I don't care about when he dons the costume. I'm not in it only for action, but that did have some pretty damn good fight scenes.
Yeah, Chad makes a great point. He was in fucking Spider-Man.
Yeah.
So, let that be the takeoff and like the introduction, and just run with it. You already know he's a lawyer. Jesus Christ, dude, what are we doing?
Yeah, is it straight She-Hulk?
Yeah, that's the big problem. We're like, no, we do not want any of that shit. No,
I didn't mind. I was entertained by She-Hulk, but I did not feel like it was it's on the universe of Daredevil.
Oh man.
So that's okay.
I think what hurt, and I think everybody already knows this, is like the spy thriller type of stuff that really caught on with Winter Soldier and then led into Infinity War and Endgame. Like everything was on the line, and you just were attached to these characters. Like you get to Disney Plus and it feels very comic-y, like one shot type of thing where where are we going with this? Because since 2011, 2010, like the Marvel fans are used to the connectivity. Like this leads to this, and this leads to that, and this. Like now it just feels like it's a one-off, and it really doesn't mean anything. And then you take a Netflix property, which was a hit with Daredevil, and then you fucking like just ruin it. Like,
Yeah.
like,
You know what was
it's
so
like,
good
wait a
about
minute,
Daredevil?
like, yeah.
What was so good about it to me is it was dark. It wasn't fucking
Yeah, it was
pretty.
just fucking
It
gritty.
wasn't. We're not gonna piss any. We don't want to piss anybody off. So our how I want it to be dark and gritty and what we loved about Netflix. That's what we loved about that so much.
Like
that was
you're not
game-changing.
looking at billionaires where they have everything to their like at anything they want. Oh, I need this tech, I can just buy it or get it made or whatever, or I can go to Wakanda and they'll make me a sword or whatever. Like Daredevil's fucking poor. He's a struggling lawyer, struggling to make money. You felt like, man, don't these motherfuckers need some ramen noodles or something like that? It's just like it was the underbelly right there of like Hell's Kitchen, and it's just like, and them grinding. So
Yeah,
that's
man.
what I thought was pretty cool. They weren't rich, and it was just like this from the streets.
Well, it sucks, like you said, Sean, that was going to take a couple years for us to get it, but I agree with you. If it's not good, don't put it out.
Yeah, it's 4 episodes, and they probably, I don't know when they said they quit filming. I know when they fired everybody, I guess was late September. I don't know when they exactly quit filming. They could have quit filming a while ago for a break, but then just fired everybody. So we had no choice but to hear about that. I don't know.
Does it seem weird to you that now that the writer's strike is over, now all of a sudden that they're like shit canning this Daredevil
Is the writer's strike over?
Yeah, I thought the writer's strike was over.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, but this is also,
Writers-
but this is all streaming, so that's not affected by writer's strike.
It's not?
What? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
They stopped filming everything, right?
Yeah.
I thought streaming stuff wasn't affected by it.
So is
That's
it
what-
because there's writers and actors?
Yeah.
No,
I
the
think
actors are still on strike. The
Okay,
writers,
the
I
actors are
thought.
still on strike. Okay, I didn't know which
So-
one.
So,
was still on
but
strike.
it just seems kind of weird that all of a sudden, okay, now we're gonna trash this because it's not good. It makes me think all the stuff the writers were doing, like, were writing shitty stories on purpose because they weren't happy about their pay.
Well,
You know what
here's-
I mean?
Here's reportedly new release dates for upcoming Marvel Disney Plus shows. Agatha Covenant of Chaos in September of 2024. Spider-Man Freshman Year, November of 2024. Daredevil Born Again, January of 2025. Ironheart, September of 2025. I thought they were killing Ironheart. I thought they were done with it. They weren't even going to do it.
I couldn't
So-
give a shit less about that Agatha.
I'm
Yeah,
looking.
like-
I'm the opposite. I think that
really?
Agatha shit's gonna be. I'm looking forward to it, dude.
You
I
got a
gotta
crush
fucking-
on her. That's
I'm
why, bro.
crushing on that. Hell yeah, bro. I don't know what it is about that chick, dude, but she fucking she does a good job. She does a good job. Shout out. What is that chick's name? She looks like the hot neighbor all the time.
Annoying
came out
face.
in,
Yeah, her face is a little annoying. Yeah,
That's
She
what,
came out
that's
in,
what I
she came
call
out
it.
in
Yeah.
Step Brothers, right?
yeah.
Is this
Oh,
Catherine
yeah,
Hahn.
yeah,
Catherine
yeah.
Hahn, is that her name?
Catherine
Yeah, she's
Hahn.
good in that.
She looks
She's good
like
in what she
every
does.
single
I'm not disputing that.
cougar that you see at the local bar on con night. So that's what you see. All right. I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to whatever we can get. What's coming up next? We got Loki.
Well, we
What'd you
got-
guys think
we got
about
Loki
Loki
on and
episode
cracking.
1? Yeah. What'd you guys think?
I enjoyed it. I like how they picked up where they left off.
Exactly.
Like,
where they
basically,
left off.
exactly where they left off. It was a lot. Like, it was a lot. So I was working again at home today. I had to do some things. So I'm working and I'm watching I've got it on. I'm trying to pay attention and rewinding, so I go through the thing 2 times, and I know I'm missing stuff. I'd have been better to just stop what I was doing and fucking watch it, which I usually do if it wasn't for us tonight being on here and knowing I was starting to fall behind. I did find an hour-long show with like 50 Easter eggs, and it is, oh my god, it's incredible. The show has like 1 million views on YouTube. I could probably find it. This guy hit it all. It's gotta be his full-time job. Zoomed in on every little thing you could. There's so much wordy stuff and so much timeline jumping and harkening back to old timelines and future messages and stuff that I'm just not even I can't even imagine some of the.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys that are really good at dissecting every single fucking thing on the shows.
Oh god,
like that one guy on New Rock Stars. He's
Okay.
pretty legit, man. He starts like translating shit on Ahsoka on the ship, and like and then cracking codes and shit like that. I mean,
The cinematography has been amazing, though, man.
Oh yeah,
It looks really good.
So I'm reading over the writer's strike stuff, and then so Netflix, Disney, Warner Brothers, Discovery, and other mega companies assured shareholders and subscribers that their content pipelines are stocked, and they were positioned to roll out stuff throughout the summer and into the first quarter of 2024. So it didn't really affect, So that's why we still got new shows throughout that.
Yeah, I already said you were right, Aaron. What the fuck?
My bad. I'm still technically working.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I did. I put the link to that in the private if you guys wanted to see it, not on the screen. But yeah, this dude, man, like 50 Easter eggs on these, so many things. Like I feel like I paid attention. I really wanted to reach. I really wanted to reach and see.
Yeah,
reach
that's
back
him,
and watch
Sean.
The whole thing. That's him.
Yeah, at New Rock Stars, Eric Voss. He's legit, man.
Yeah, that dude kicked some ass. He's on that show was 40 minutes long, and he talked at 9 miles an hour, 90 miles an hour.
Welcome back to New.
I'm just gonna let it play in the background while we're talking. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's cool because he'll even show like he numbers all of his Easter eggs. It's like I keep looking up. I skipped 2. You know, so yeah, this guy was good.
Yep.
He broke it down. And how about the after credit scene with her landing in?
Oh yeah,
he hits it at the end, but her landing in whatever bumfuck Oklahoma or wherever. But that's where Thor is gonna land Asgard and start his new community and all that. So she lands there. So it's 1982, and it shows that So they've got they're dressed like McDonald's characters. They've got like the ugly tree in the background, although this tree looks higher than shit. They got the ugly tree in the background looking higher. Yeah, here. And that if you guys, I remember those fucking McDonald trees from when I was a kid, man. Absolutely did back to that era in 82. And I think the McNugget came out in 81.
Yeah.
And that's what they told her to go ahead and have. So yeah, she said she wants to try it all. She's been just fighting through everything forever, man. So I don't know, really, really cool stuff. Yeah, I definitely need somebody.
You know what?
I guess
dude?
I could look up every single little thing for.
If I dropped into a fucking McDonald's from 1982, I'd buy it all too because it was probably really fucking good back then, dude. that fucking Big Mac was real good shit back then, man.
Dude, what? Dude, they didn't have all white meat McNuggets. I know that, man.
Yeah.
Because Jack in the Box taught us all where to point out the nugget on a chicken.
Yeah.
Like, the food is different now.
Where it's not pink goo and
pink goo
where it's
and
not
bone. Yeah, it's just
fucking
processed
bullshit,
bone and
or if you don't eat the burger, it actually deteriorates instead of just staying form for years and years and years.
Yeah, dude. It's terrible.
The motherfucker's trying to kill us, bro.
Yeah. All right, let's rock through this market report. I got a pretty big market report to go through.
Okay.
Let me we got all kinds of goodies here. NYCC, if you guys are out at NYCC this week, make sure to call in on Saturday night. Let us know what you guys think. You guys can always call in on Saturday nights on the Discord. And that's a lot of fun. And of course, we'll have Modern Comic Mayhem on Saturday night. Man, the Discord after Saturday nights, if you guys don't know, after Saturday nights on Beyond Wednesdays, everybody goes back into the Discord and just hangs out in the Discord for like an hour or so. Sometimes even longer. Sometimes people are in there forever. So that was pretty interesting to see all the people in the Discord last week. That was pretty funny. What did you guys think about the Whatnot book? That they put out. What was that? The Avengers book. Let me find it.
Where they'll put you on the cover and then on the inside.
But they already announced who's on the cover, right?
Yeah, I'm about to show.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome, dude. I think it's a good choice.
Yeah.
A vocal guy throughout the years in the comic community.
Yeah, I mean,
he shows up. Sometimes he loves us, sometimes he hates us.
Well, this is exactly who should have been on there, right? If there was anybody that was going to be on a Whatnot comic book cover, it needs to be Wi-Fi Dennis. So. Wi-Fi
Dennis Parker, baby.
I mean,
so that's a legit book.
Well,
absolutely.
Yeah, bro. I mean, they haven't. Maybe I'm coming early with the story, but I mean, I know that there was a cameo appearance, but that wasn't when he's like in his full Wi-Fi Dennis form now. That cameo appearance was back when he was just that guy with the O face. So that was a Greg Horn book.
He used to wear a hat, right?
Yeah, that was a Greg Horn book, and that was just a cameo. I mean, it was a cover cameo, but now you've got the first full cover appearance of Wi-Fi Dennis on the.
That is amazing. That picture might have been from Wi-Fi Dennis there at C2E2.
Yeah, right. That's I mean, he's holding the Avengers book, so I got to give him credit for that. I think they did a good job, and I'm looking forward to what other people think once they fully announce this. But if you didn't know, it is on my profile. I dropped the stuff early. You're more than welcome to share it out. Let everybody know.
Yeah, don't report us anyone just in case.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't wait to get my copy.
You guys need this channel.
I can't wait to get my copy so I can get Dennis to sign it.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can he
get his copies so he can say how bad they are?
I think Dennis got a raw deal.
Yell at Diamond and dump him on the floor for shipping him like shit.
I think Dennis got a raw deal in that whole thing because, like, if you're working with Whatnot and like there was other people there that like Jack and everything, they weren't interested about resolving the issue quickly, and like you're supposed to be a team when you're doing those things, and I think you got the shaft. So that's just my opinion.
And Tony raises an interesting point. He did make them sign that you could only grade this with CBCS.
Can he be the witness though?
No,
can Dennis
CBC
also be
for
the
this.
witness? Like, how does that work?
Absolutely.
If he's signing, right? He's like, I did sign this.
He
I saw
did sign
myself
it?
sign.
I think there's
myself sign.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that don't know where Wi-Fi Dennis is, like where he comes from. But there is like what do they call that? What is it like that Topher's always finding in like magazines and stuff? What do they call those? Like pre-cameo appearances or pre-appearances? Like some crazy shit like that. But there was Wi-Fi Dennis comes from a very important place, and that's why they gave him this important cover. It was a moment in history. We'll go ahead and watch it.
Tech guy over here, the feed's dropping out. I finally said, who the fuck do I gotta blow to get a tech guy over here? And they just looked at me. They all heard me say fuck, but they didn't send anybody over.
Let me see.
And my feed's been dropping out. I'm giving away books. Nobody can log in and sign. It's like crazy. But at least. Can you pause that?
That's the original appearance of Wi-Fi dentist. So shout out to Sean Kelly, who for the very first time popped his super chat cherry on YouTube by dropping us a $2.99 super sticker.
Thanks, man.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
Thanks,
Perfect
brother.
timing.
You know, I
Perfect
appreciate
timing.
it.
So there we go, you guys. That's how we do that.
We
That's how
got your
do that.
information now, Sean. You know what I mean? That $2.99 is going to be $2,099.
What's
Yeah,
up, Lucy?
you,
What's up, Doc Joe?
What up, everybody?
Heyo.
All right, here we go. Let's get into the market report, starting off with some interesting stuff, some Spider-Man books here. How about this? A 9.8 Marvel Team Up 141. It is a direct, but I don't care. A 9.8. It has the black suit Spider-Man label on it, which is cool too.
That's a good. That's
Less
a good
than $500, you guys. This thing was selling for. This must have been selling for like $2,000 at one point, within the last 2 years, right, or more. I feel like this was a crazy high book.
At least $1,000.
Yeah, I feel like this was a crazy, like, ridiculously high book. A Marvel Team Up 141 sold for at one point.
Yeah,
I'm checking right now.
So
cool
at one
book.
time they had that tied with to what ASM 252 and Spectacular Spider-Man 90 or
Yep, 90.
but then they said 252 was the first, right?
no, they still have it as tied with this.
Oh, they still have it as tied. Okay.
After they kind of like changed their mind once,
Yeah.
they're not going to go back. You know.
That purple cover is a pain in the ass, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was just less collectible.
It just collects spine ticks like a
End of the
motherfucker,
run.
man.
Isn't it the
Yeah,
last
people
issue or
didn't-
something like that?
So the 90-day average is 587. Last sale was 493, which you're showing. 12-month average is 671, and then 2022 average was 954.
Yeah, it's about $1,000 book.
What was it selling for? Do you have any data before that? You don't have any data back during COVID?
During 2021, the high was 1850.
There we go. That's what I'm talking
Now,
about.
was that a newsstand?
No, this is direct.
Wow.
Newsstands is still averaging about $1,000 for 9.8, and then the high in 2022 is 1199. In 2023, the high is 1,009.
There we go.
But I don't think in 2021 they weren't marking them newsstand yet.
I have that one in a pedigree, John from the John Burke collection.
And then, as Richie would say,
hey, it's a 9.6, but it is a pedigree.
And then, as Richie would say, there's a Canadian price variant out there.
Yep, there we go.
I
Miles
think there's
Morales
too.
Yeah, yep. Miles Morales, a couple Miles books. You've got a couple Miles books coming up also. You got Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider-Man #1, the 1 in 50 Staples variant that people went crazy for. I know in 9.8, I think Bryan Wood, Simple Man Comics, sold a 9.8 for like $3,000, $3 or $4,000 at one point.
I think it was like $6,000.
$6,000. Oh my god!
Yeah, this book is fucking rare, man.
I think I sold my 9.8 for $250. Dude, Brian asked me. I had it on eBay for like $250, $300, and I was like, and he said, "Hey, do you want to sell this off eBay?" And I was like, "Hey, I don't really I don't want to lower the price, but here's another 9.8 for $200." And because I had paid somewhere close to, you know what I mean? And I was like, "Here's a cheap one, dude." And he's like, "Oh, okay." You know what I mean? Which was like a really good deal. So, yeah, I wish I would have sold it to Brian.
Yeah,
so my friend can make the $6,000. Yeah. If I ever sell you guys anything for $200 and it's worth $6,000, maybe
Yours
one
for
beer,
life.
but like
Yeah.
you better sell it. No, I take the money and run.
Yeah, but
don't make me mad, man.
Let me ask Sean.
If I gave it to you for your wedding and you fucking sold it I might be like, screw you.
But hey, let me ask you,
buy something to win something from me. Bets are off, dude.
you got a ghost right here, okay, with that Miles book. Why is it not graded? And
because it's fucking probably an 8.5.
You goddamn right, baby.
They
Somebody
do it on
cracked
full
an
game.
8.5. Somebody probably bought a 7.5 or an 8.0 for $300, cracked it open, and doubled their money with a raw book. And somebody's thinking, "Oh man, I'm going to get that graded," and then it's going to come back a 7.5.
What are the other pictures? It's on some kindergartner's desk.
Yeah. No kidding, dude.
Right? Did they wipe the crayons and snot off it first?
Yeah, dude.
Well, you got another one right next to it, the Ultimate Spider-Man #1. This is the Pacelli 1 in 30.
Yeah.
726.
Just the one in the middle is like I'm always on the hunt for that. But I wouldn't buy I wouldn't buy that book in the middle raw. Like after all this time, somebody, hey, I found this. Like, yeah.
Well, I guarantee there's a lot of those raw sitting in people's. Yeah, there's a lot of those raw sitting in people's collections that just don't know.
Dude, I pre-screened. I was pre-screened like 40, 50 Ultimate Fallout 4 variants for somebody that only wanted 9.8. They only wanted 9.8s graded, and at the time, that's what it was worth.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact other people bought those books that I'd still pressed them and ended up with 9.8s, but I only had them grade the tap-ins. So it just, I don't know. It depends on the era. It depends if it's a comic seller. I definitely would love to see the pictures and see the person. Like, to me, if you see me selling that, you'll see 20 pictures. Mm-hmm. If I think it's a 9.4, if I don't feel like sending it in, if it's got color rub that honestly I'm not sure about, whatever. Me, I'm still gonna 9.8 pre-screen it, or something like that. I'll try to figure it out. And that doesn't mean everything I sell isn't near mint. It means I just might not feel like grading it. But that book, I'd probably feel like grading.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Ultimate Fallout 4s, the Djurjevic, here's 2 sales this last week. You got a 9.6 for 8,100, and then a 9.4 for 3,400.
Well, that 9.4 is like, that would be a buy for me. Like if I saw that. God, $3,400.
It's really dropped, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, Sean, would you crack that open, Sean, that 9.4 and say fuck it?
I'd have to look at it, but most likely.
Yeah.
You gotta try. But I'll tell you what, they're definitely gonna give definitely give the best books a better look over.
Mm-hmm.
My more expensive books are less likely to slide to a 9.8 pre-screen than books in worse condition that are worth like $100.
Yeah.
So,
that's another great point. Yeah.
I don't know what to say. They're probably like, this motherfucker comes up, call me, right? Put this to the side.
Yeah. Well, Edge of Spider-Verse 2, another big, probably and when everybody talked about the Miles, Djurjevic, they also talked about the Edge of Spider-Verse 2 Greg Land. And then there's a 9.8 that sold for $4,100, almost $4,200 this week. So there you go. What was the high on that? That was a $8,000 book, right?
Which one?
The Land Spider-Verse 2.
Close enough.
Yeah.
I just looked up the high on the 9.4 Djurjevic variant.
Mm-hmm.
For this year alone, the high was $8,500.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah, and then it's been steadily declining since then. Like it
a
dropped
9.6 sells for that now. You know what I mean, or less than that.
Yeah, and like it dropped down to 4,500 in April. June is 5,000.
When does the game come out? Did the game come out already? The Miles game?
No,
on PS.
No,
I don't think so. But I think they're releasing more playable gameplay footage. I think.
Yeah, I think when that game comes out, like you'll see it like a resurgence in Miles books.
Wilbert saying $12K on that Greg Land. Wow.
And then what they have that PlayStation 5 console coming out.
Yeah, Thorough picked one of those up already. Dude.
Okay, then Miles game already came out, says Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, the Miles game has been out. You're talking about the Spider-Man 2, the sequel where he gets the symbiote.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Well, like when did it come out?
I don't think that game's out yet.
Huh?
D-backs won. Hell yeah. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Hell yeah, dude.
Because
Party
I
in
talked
Phoenix
to Thorough
tonight.
last week, and he had the console, but you couldn't play the game yet, or some bullshit like that.
Comes
I'm
out on
looking
the
up right
20th.
now.
Comes out on the 20th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's crazy. $12K. Prices are just, it's unbelievable. If you wanted these books, it's time to start thinking about them. If you got a couple grand put aside. But you know what? At the same time, I don't know if I have a couple grand putting aside. Are you putting it on comics? You know what I mean?
Man, like Jurjevic variant though, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a Michael Jordan 86 Fleer right now, right?
Well, check this out. People thought that way about Spawn 306 Netherrealm, and now you can get a 9.8 for $690, baby.
Wow.
Hey,
You can get a 9.8 Netherrealm for what you'll pay for a 227 1 and 25.
Yeah, I'll take 227.
Yeah.
There's the other. Oh, you know what's not bad to me is that Spawn Puppeteer.
Yeah.
There's only 1,000 of them, which means.
Really?
Because there's only 1,000 of all those books at San Diego.
Wow.
And so that's it. I mean, shit, I got at least 4 of them.
I like the new Puppeteer cover that's coming out.
Two 9.8s. I like that book, and it's worth. It's back down. It's down around 200 for a 9.8, or even less. And I think people are just sort of forgetting. But I think Puppeteer is only going to get more popular, and I think that book's going to do well. So honestly, if you're under $200, if I'm anybody going to buy one, I think I sold one in 9.8. I think I've got the other on eBay for 300. To be honest, I'm not selling for under 200 at all. So some people are coming down, or some people have new ones, you know. But I mean, that buy-in was like the buy-in on that set was I don't know, $100 for all 4 books or something like that.
That was even more than
1,000
that.
printed
Could be more,
each.
yeah.
So that's including grading, you know.
Yeah.
You got to try to sell the other blanks on their own without the Puppeteer. I don't know.
Well, it's nice to see these Spawn. I think that these Spawn homage books that he was doing back then is what set off the homage variant craze.
Mhm.
And these are the OGs that will always be, you know, worth a little bit of a chunk of change. They're very hard. Those black and whites, those 1 in 25 black and whites, those are tough. Really, really tough.
Yeah. People
those
didn't
are
catch on
tough to
for a
press
while,
too.
though.
Those are tough to press too.
Yeah. The way a lot of my spine takes. And the other thing with those, people didn't pay that much attention, man. I was finding those in the stores. Not the sketch variants, but I was finding the regular covers in the stores. And not just the Mitt Romney. But I was finding basically all of them in stores. They weren't that hard to find, and then they kept going, and people started picking them up. And when I noticed them pick up, man, I was with the Forgotten Five guys, so it's Dino, Tony, and Scott, and I. So we're walking around Baltimore. We're asking. We bought the whole con out.
Oh yeah,
whatever they had, graded whatever I thought. You know, whatever we thought were 9.8 worthy at the time, because again, you're not going under 9.8 back then. And just have done well with them generally over the years. I slowly graded a bunch, slowly sold a bunch of them, and you definitely don't see them in back bins. But like day 2, they got dealers go, "Wait, you got those books?" There's guys that are walking around that are literally buying every copy of those. And I was like, dude, they're awesome. And then I think you're right, Brian. It's maybe we caught on to the homages starting to show up and catch on. With the Phantom variants and things like that. So, yeah.
Well, and that's part of the whole like Spawn low print run of them running.
Well,
oh yeah.
Here's
definitely.
another one of those Spawn low print variants.
237. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing's really tough.
Yeah, somebody got one for a 9.6 for 294.
That might have been. Was that like Phoenix Con or something like that though? That
I
might have
can't
been.
remember.
Con. I'm not positive that was on the shelves.
Yeah. And then the McFarlane, I call this the fake variant, right?
Yeah.
The one that pissed him off.
He won't sign them.
Yeah.
Is that a 1 in 500 or 1 in 1,000?
That the sketch is 1 in 1,000 or 1 in 2,000.
Okay.
Because there's a color version too, which is either 500 or 1,000.
Well, you can get a 90 for $335 now.
Okay, yeah. So then the color is probably the 500, and then sketch was 1,000, I think. 1 in 1,000.
Yeah, something like that.
A rare Neil Adams Spawn or a Daredevil variant, Daredevil #1 from 2011, the 1 in 75, sold for $600 raw this week.
Okay, that's one that, to be honest with you, I never knew about.
Yeah, that's a Super Ghost.
Yeah.
I knew it existed. I definitely knew it existed. I had no idea that it sold for that much money, and I'm going to check my Daredevils because this shit happens sometimes.
Yeah,
I get very lucky.
Next we've got, this is fucking crazy to me. X-Men Annual 14, the real first appearance of Gambit, signed by Art Adams.
Wow.
9/8 signature series, sold for $330. And
Wow.
I get it, and difference between a newsstand and a direct, you can say that, I guess, but you add that autograph in there, that's another thing. An Uncanny X-Men 266 newsstand 9/8 blue label sold for $2,125.
Incredible.
I love that by Adams as well.
Yeah.
I mean, makes it's obviously his cover, but
There was a while where that X-Men 14 was selling pretty high too, man.
Yeah. It was upticking in price.
Mhm.
I
Somebody
mean,
got
it's
lucky.
a solid argument. Yeah,
Somebody
it's a solid
scored.
argument too.
Like there's a resurgence with Gambit. Like a lot of people have been sending me Gambit books to press. I mean, I'm just like they're looking for meat on the bone, and like Gambit's the one thing out there that nobody's really done anything with, and the rumors with Deadpool, him coming out,
Well, his prices have always fluctuated depending
Yeah.
on the rumors that are out there.
yeah, it's a good cover. Man, I sold my 9/8 for $800, and it sold overnight for 9/8 newsstand.
Oh.
And I don't think it copied. I didn't even want to really sell it, but it was part of my moving, house money, COVID bullshit. And a 9/8 hadn't sold for I don't think more than like $425. And I don't even know if it had differentiated on GPA or anything like that between regular newsstand. And I was like, all right, $800. Somebody wants to pay me. Sells the next day. And I was like, you know what? No wonder it took me so damn long to find one of those. Because I was the only one looking, but yeah.
Well, that Space Ghost book next to it is fucking cool as hell, man.
Yeah.
That's a cool book.
Looks nice, man. High grade, still like looks like it's got a lot of color still on that. Good.
I want to know
gloss.
if Lance, if you're watching this, let me know if you got that Space Ghost IP on that Gold Key stuff, man. Because if the Gold Key guys that are putting out the new Gold Key stuff have Space Ghost also, ooh.
Nice. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, dude.
Did they get the IP? I was thinking
Yeah.
they just got the gold key name.
Well, they got a lot of the IPs that were still on the Gold Key
Okay.
stuff. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Glad to hear that.
But I don't know if they got all of them, I don't, but they're doing the some of the old school, I imagine they got some of the old school cartoon, maybe. I don't know. Who knows? We'll have to, I'm going to try and get Lance on to a show here soon so we can talk to him about it somehow, some way. Okay, he says no, they don't have Space Ghost. Jesse James says no, they don't have Space Ghost. That's a bummer. Damn.
What about Scooby Doo?
I doubt it.
Isn't that DC now? Scooby Doo?
Yeah.
Because of all the DC or the Scooby Doo apocalypse stories and all that shit.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah. Next, we've got There was a lot of rare Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics that sold this week. But this is one that I always love, the Hammerhead cover, the Volume 4, Issue 30 Mirage, tough to find Mirage book. This is when, what's his name, Laird was basically sending Mirage books out of his garage, right? You had to like be on a list to get them, if I'm not mistaken. That's why these things are so rare.
Basically, that, I mean, they sell them later on their website.
Yeah.
So 30, 31, 32 are pretty freaking impossible.
Yeah.
The later issues are impossible anyway. Anything over 20, but especially I think 25 to 29 are really tough and high grade.
That's the one you guys used to talk about all the time on Unpressable Defects, right? Or Trey?
Any of these 30, 31, 32 is like a weird. Which one? One of them's got Casey drinking a beer at like a poker game.
Mm-hmm.
Then 32 is one of them in a Peter Pan looking outfit with like on a log in a forest, gonna fight, looking Robin Hood style. Some shit. It's kind of terrible, but it's worth good money. Just because it's so damn rare. I think they're limited to 1,000 and they're randomly signed.
There's a lot of really cool rare Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle books out there for sure.
Absolutely.
Just go to Recalled Comics and you'll enjoy it. I'm telling you. There is this is something I wanted to. I hear there is a recall. That I saw on Recalled Comics the other day. That was pretty funny. That I'll be talking about soon on some show. So I'll just leave that here. Sandman No. Old school.
Oh, okay.
Sandman 75, the second print, another super tough book. A 9.8 sold for ridiculously low for this book, $1,000.
Yeah, no, that's the one that I was talking about. That
the
Sean
Sandman,
Sean
yes.
and
Oh
Trey.
Yeah. Back in the day. This is Doc Joe. Doc Joe's been looking for this book for a while.
He said he lost it. He lost this by $20. He was bidding on it.
Wow.
Yeah. I think he said he bid 1,031.
Wow.
Joe, if you're there, tell us. I don't think that's private. I don't think anybody cares.
No, he said earlier in the live chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting, dude. That's very interesting. All right. If I was to ever own a Star Trek book, this would be probably the book. And the fact that this sells for less than $300 is pretty amazing. Star Trek, the Tribbles variant cover, photo variant, with Captain Kirk holding all the Tribbles. And it's signed by Shatner, a 9.8.
By the Trouble with Tribbles, dude.
Trouble with Tribbles, brother.
I mean, how much shit would you get if you bought a Star Trek book?
That's a cool
not that
buy.
one, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to give you shit if you buy that one.
If with Shatner on the cover, zero shit.
Yeah. How about this? How about Bloodstone number 198 selling for $355?
Oh wow.
It's only down $650.
Or more.
Yeah. They're already
you think
by the
that's
time
bad? How about that Star Wars Clone Wars number 1 out of 1,000 variant for the Dark Horse variant, 9.8? That was a $10,000 book, right?
I thought that was like a $15,000 book.
Yeah, there we go. Jesus.
But I mean, I'll double check right now.
That book is I'm pretty sure it sold for as much as 12.
Now,
at one
like
point.
when you say that, was there like 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, 9, 10 sales of $10,000 or more? Or was there that outlier sale of maybe 1 or 2 times it sold for 10 grand or 15 grand? You see what I'm saying?
That's a great
Like
question.
if it only sold once or twice for $10,000, does that make it a $10,000 book? Just because it sold once or twice?
Okay,
Right? To me, if it's a consistent, like 20 sales and all 20 of them sold for 10 grand, in my opinion, then it's a $10,000 book. Not one sale makes it a $10,000 book. Like that's where we get into this fucking problem of finding out how much a book is worth, because you guys know there's a lot of shady shit that goes on. There's a lot of people that dump their books for different reasons. So if this book is dumped at 48, that doesn't make it the price just because this one sold at that price.
Okay, so
Like,
the one that sold before this in September sold for $6,100. The high for this year is $9,244. The closest sell to that was $8,000. The high in 2021 was $16,000. The high in 2022 was $12,500.
What was the high in 2019?
The high in 2019 was $750.
Right.
And then in 2020, the high was 5,000.
Okay,
so it makes it like a top 10 modern.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So Aaron said the high in 2020 was $5,000.
Was $5,000.
Okay, so and this one 4,800. So is that the correction you were talking about, Brian? Is like
yes.
A lot of these books are going back to 2020
prices. Yeah. It's amazing, dude.
Schools
but that's where I don't understand. Like, if one book sells on eBay, and we look at it, damn, it sold for $3,000. Does that make it a $3,000 book?
That day it does.
Yeah, I mean, I get you, but like, don't you need to get a consensus of like other platforms, like on Comic Link, or I mean, and put it all together to get fair market value?
Well, fair market value is an interesting word, because what Chad Cave is saying, that the market is always a wave, is true. The market's always moving. So you have to look at an average of sales, I guess. It's hard to find fair market value on a lot of collectibles anymore. But you should know. Yeah, you should have an idea of where most stuff is going to sell, within a couple on this stuff within I don't know, man, you'd think at least a couple $100, but man.
So the year that it sold at $16,000, right? The one that sold before that sold for $12,500, and the one after the $16,000 sold for $12,500.
There we go.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I mean, but would you call that year? Would you call that like a $14,000 book or whatever? Because of the average of those three sales.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, people were throwing down money at that time for books, and absurd.
This is a rare book too. I mean, it's a tough book to find. So, how about the Amazing Fantasy D23, Amazing Fantasy number 1000, the black and white variant that was limited to 25. Sean, didn't you pick one of these up with Heartless?
I had the original one.
Wow.
Okay.
That's 2022.
Okay.
So I can't tell you what the original was, but there was only 25 of those. It was the same thing. It's 25 with the COA. Threw it on eBay, negotiated with the guy off eBay. Heartless came up just out of nowhere with somebody that happened to have been there and was able just somehow pulled one. So Heartless somehow gets one. I end up getting the he wants me to help him sell it. I help him sell it. Find a guy that buys big books, and I want to say it was like 8,500 sold it for.
Wow.
And there wasn't another one, and I remember it was a while ago. I remember, dude, I got a lot of hate because that was when we had like facts going on and shit.
Yeah.
So they got real mad because I put it up, $15,000 or $20,000. Fuck am I gonna do? Put it up for $12?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The first time the mouse is with the Avengers.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, there's 25 of these, and it was a super secret book. So I threw it up for that. I threw in That included getting it graded for the guy and their prestige style, trade paperback. So it was square. Heartless sent me a million pictures. He's in Boston, so I really didn't want to mail it to me. If we could decide, he's like, I can't find anything wrong, and I'm with the prestige format. I'm with him on it.
Yeah.
Sent the guy the pictures, did the thing. I filled out the form, send it to CC, send it to the guy. I came back 9.8, as we thought it would, and so that was
not bad.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you what, it's my best flip for never touching a book. I'll tell you that. I didn't even see the motherfucker, and I made like $4,000.
Nice.
So
next, we've got Tough Red Hulk cover, and Red Hulk is going to blow up again. I'm telling you, once those first trailers come out with showing any glimpse of it, Red Hulk books are going to blow up again. This is the Marvel Hulk. This is Hulk number 16, the Ed McGuinness 1 in 200 variant. It's sold for $312 raw. So, Over the Garden Wall. Yeah, it's a tough book. Over the Garden Wall has always been one of those books that has always, those rare independent things, And here are two Cartoon Network. I think, did Cartoon Network publish this? I can't remember who published this. But you have Volume 3 and Volume 4 here of Circus Friends, $499. And here's the crazy thing. All right. Book that we've talked about many, many times on this channel and in this community. Oh, my God. Please don't tell me I closed those. I think I did. I closed them all.
Damn it! No, just one.
I know, right?
I thought it was funny. Anyway.
Yes, Reef, the C, but do you have the second print? That's the real question.
I can go with the time I got one. Because I got one. So I got one off MCS that they had for like $1.
Oh, shit.
And they just listed it as a second print. And I used to buy them because I liked Tim Drake. And I could always make it. I would run these in auctions, and often they end at like $5-6. I didn't care, but I put together when I do auctions. I don't do this as much anymore. I do auctions on eBay, and I put together names. I'd buy a low grade Amazing Spider-Man 300 to try to, that I'm probably going to break even on, but try to draw attention to my auctions anyway. So Batman 457 was one of those books. So they sent me this. So for $1 or $2. I got this book, didn't see it off MCS, had no idea, about shit my pants when I opened it. It has new Robin issue, it's got the date on there, and I'm like, this is it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second print newsstand, almost impossible book. Pressed it, got a 7.5, which was only a couple on the census, sold it for $1,200.
Nice.
And so that definitely one of my So tonight we're just showing some of my better flips, or kind of, but yeah, that was crazy. And on MCS you can see all your old sales, but I don't know if I can see that one. But I can probably see what I was paying for those. I think it was $1. Seriously.
So this is the crazy thing. That book is so hard to tell what it is, right? But it doesn't have the it doesn't have the little second print thing up in the by 457. You have to open up the book to look, and it says second print right there on the next to the Warner Brothers sign on the bottom there.
Here's another way to tell too. If you look on the cover, on the front cover, it says the new Robin at the top.
New Robin issue.
Yeah. So the first prints don't have that.
Yep.
Or the second print, right?
Well, the second print's right here.
Yeah,
the second print newsstand.
Second prints are the only ones that say new Robin.
Oh, okay. It doesn't say that on the third print, right?
It doesn't say that on the first print.
No, but the third print, does it have new Robin issue on the third print?
Is there a third print for this?
I believe there is.
No, not a newsstand.
I thought there was.
Not a third print newsstand.
Oh, okay.
This is a second print newsstand.
Yeah, second print newsstand. It's fucking possible.
But there's also second print directs. So you gotta look for that.
Yeah, they're definitely second print directs. 457 newsstands. So direct newsstand, direct reprints, and reprint newsstand. So you have to say new Robin issue and has to have the barcode.
Got it.
Right. With the date on it. And it's
That's
that
right.
one. And it just now there's more of them. There's definitely more of them out there than there was when I found them. And also when I got them, they had just, I definitely sold mine fast when they listed I want to say it's like 2 or 3 9.6s on the census right away. And then it turned out that was a mistake. But I'm clearly not going to bitch about selling it for like $1,200 or whatever. So that was not a complaint on my part. But I was like, okay, I'll take this money before these 9.6s hit the market. They took those 9.6s off the census. Now they could be there now, but I'm literally talking about 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah, I remember that shit, man. That shit was crazy. That was a major book back then, man. That was a big freaking deal. All right, let me continue here. We got all kinds of goodies coming up, you guys. All right, 2 major books sold for Black History, I guess you would call it. Eben #1, the very first Black superhero starring in a comic book. This is from San Francisco Comics in 1970, and $1,732 for a raw copy of this. And then the same week, Black Man Leader Comics Group, Black Man #1 sold, and it says uncirculated, but it sold for $365.
So I pressed I think a 9.6 copy for what's his name? Art by
Fitz.
Fitz? Does he have of
Fitz.
Black Man or Eben?
Yeah, no, a Black Man.
Okay.
I pressed the 9.6 for him. It was probably the best copy I'd ever seen. And then I pressed another one with my uncle's shop stamp on the. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that
was
story.
last year.
Yeah.
I said, man, it's crazy.
Well, I think that Eben one is super cool, man. If there's anybody out there that lives in the Northern Cali area, I think Golden State Comics lives up there. I want to know if you got if anybody's ever like found those digging in the San Francisco area, because that's a cool independent book. They're both independent books. They're super cool, both super cool. And speaking about super cool, the Promise Collection is right up there with, you know, if you're gonna get something super cool, the Promise Collection is right up there. And there's a Marvel Tales 95. It's only a 5.0 coming from the Promise Collection, but still, it's a Promise Collection book, and
it's a
3,000.
badass cover, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen those black pedigree labels in person?
In person, I haven't.
I finally saw one at I went to Bedrock Comic-Con this past weekend, and someone had some pedigree. I don't remember which one, but it wasn't Promised Land. But I saw that label up close. I was like, oh, this really pops. Like, it looks nice. I almost bought it just because.
Yeah,
like,
just to have it.
Just to have a pedigree book. Like, I don't think I've ever owned a pedigree book, but like to see it in person, I was like I was impressed.
Yeah. Golden State Comics, he says, I guess I have an assignment then. I'd love to hear history on that book, man. If you got any long-term comic shops that might have history on that book, I would love to know about it, man. That's super cool. All right, moving on. Some toy stuff.
Oof. We
were talking about Night Force 2-packs last episode. I think Clutch was talking about it and how rare they are. Somebody who was a huge Night Force collector dropped a ton of graded and mint on card copies of the Night Force figures. Here you got an AFA 85 Repeater and Charbroil. It sold for $1,025. You have an AFA 90 Sneak Peek and Falcon. It sold for $1,300. You have a CAS 85 Night Force Tunnel Rat and Psych Out for $1,700. You have a CAS 85 Outback and Crazy Legs for $1,325, and then the creme de la creme, in my opinion, of Night Force figures and a top 5 Joe, in my opinion. The Night Force Shockwave figure is such a great figure. And here's a mint on card version with Lightfoot. An AFA 85 sold for $1,600.
It's crazy.
A raw version, yeah, just a raw version of Night Force with just 2 with his guns, not his backpack, sold for $200. Such a cool figure, dude. Speaking of rare Joe figures, we got more. We got these are the UK Europe exclusive Tiger Force figures that they did, color waves, out in Europe. And these are so crazy, and I've never owned any of these. I want them all. These are different color paints on all of them. So you've got the Outback figure, the Tiger Force Outback, which is badass, for $282. These are all loose, by the way. The Spirit figure, which looks amazing, for $292. The Tunnel Rat figure for $258. This one blows me away every time I see it. Blizzard is usually all white, obviously. He's in snow. Mm-hmm. Why would you go out in the snow in a yellow uniform? So
it's called the 90s.
Yes. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
dude. So if you get helicopter dropped on a snowboard and you land in the fucking, you land in the snow, maybe they can find you, dude.
If the sun hits just right, you know.
Sold for $316. You have the Mutt and Junkyard figures, sold for $320. And then some rare G.I. Joe convention figures also sold. You have the 1992 Tripwire figure. And I love these because they came out during the time when G.I. Joe had the huge guns. And I forget that Viper figure that had the biggest gun. But you see that biggest gun usually reprinted and put in these convention exclusives. And that's what you get on a lot of these. So you got the UK Blades. They call them Blades in the UK for that figure. You've got the Moon Dancer figure, which was Short Fuse in the United States. It's Moon Dancer, and they gave him a gray body paint on that one. You've got the Scarlet figure that they called Quarrel over there, and they gave her a gray body paint. And then you've got the holy grail of UK figures for a lot of people, which is the Stalker figure, which is just Snake Eyes with a massive gun. It's the first, it's a repaint with a little bit of gray and silver on the V1 Snake Eyes. Sold for $243. And then they call this figure Dolphin. So it's, I don't know if that's right, but it's Zap and he's gray. So that sold for just under $200. One of the figures that we always talk about that's super rare is the Steel Brigade figure. That's the figure that you can make your own G.I. Joe, and they have the gold head and the green heads ones. The gold heads ones sell for a ton. But this blew me away to see one of the patches, just the patch that came with it, sold for $255. And it's not in the greatest condition. And then one of the greatest G.I. Joes ever made was the 1989 version 2 of Stalker, because he was like an Arctic warrior at this point for some reason, and he came with this badass kayak, and the kayak had a place where you could put this huge machine gun on, and this machine gun was so badass, and this figure came on a regular carded figure, and it looked so badass. Me and my brother bought one of these every time that we could. If they were there, we would grab one. I probably have 5 of these.
I thought that was modeled after like the bad guys in Die Hard 2. You remember when they...
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. It's $305 carded, which is very cool. And then finally for the G.I. Joe stuff, you've got the Mail Away Hardtop figure, which came with the crawler, which is the big G.I. Joe space shuttle. It came with the astronaut and the guy who ran the crawler. And both those figures are super rare. Here's a bagged mail away version of it for $317. And then an original Ninja Turtles Ooze slime canister from 1989. Yeah, $305 it sold for.
I don't know if I had that or only the Motu Ooze slime.
Probably.
Obviously.
Yeah. Probably the.
I probably only had the Motu because I had,
Yeah.
It's the guy that bought that case like
a while
10,
ago.
20 market reports.
Yeah.
He's breaking off pieces of the brick, but
Smart.
The only ooze I remember having was the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
That came with the house that threw down the middle. Yeah.
Started all off with Masters of the Universe, like Sean's saying. And the original with the Snake Mountain, was it Snake Mountain that had, you'd put the ooze through and it would come down on.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That was the shit. I think that was my first introduction to slime. It's funny because kids have been bringing it back on and off. I've seen it shows because there's like, I guess it's not that hard to make.
Yeah.
I went to Masters of the Universe, the little Power Con, and there's literally a little girl there selling slime with their mom.
Yep.
And it was like, it was weird because she's out of place. There's no like chocolate ninja sword vendors or fucking insurance or car garages or DirecTV or anything at that con. But there's one little girl with a little bit just trying to sell some slime. I'm sure they lost money, but her mom giving her that experience is awesome.
Yeah. Another super rare Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figure is the Chrome Dome figure, Warrior Chrome Dome figure. And here's a loose version of it with all the accessories it looks like for $520. You've got maybe one of the grails of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figures. This is the 1993 Chef Boyardee Shredder figure. It's sealed. It sold for almost $1,000, $970.
Wow.
Yeah. And then another super rare Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles figure is the Rocksteady Robot figure. And there's one loose for $310. And speaking of Masters of the Universe, two of the rarest Masters of the Universe figures are these UK spin figures, Twistoid and Rotar. And here's carded versions of both, sold for almost $6,000. So, one of the greatest stories that I love to tell all the time is the story about going to, when I first moved to Phoenix and my uncle came and picked me up and we took the Phoenix bus system up to the Metro Center Mall, and I went in and did all the cool shit at Metro Center. Back in the day, it had a skating rink. It had like a little hidden like bar alley place. It had a arcade, and it had a Lionel's Playworld, or not a Lionel's Playworld. Yeah, Playworld, I think, inside. And my uncle bought me this Superpower Cyborg and the Powers of the Force Han Solo and Carbonite, both being two of the rarest figures in each drop. And here you can see the Cyborg figure carded, sells for $1,350. DC Direct White Lantern Batman. I always collected the cool variants on the Batman figures. I like the one that came with from DC Direct. That was the Superman Batman run. That was like a glow in the dark Batman. I love this White Lantern one. I could never find the White Lantern one though. It's a con exclusive from WonderCon in 2011. And it sold carded for $247. And then, here's a perfect example of why I love that like see-through glow-in-the-dark material that they use. I just bought one of my favorite custom action figures people is Black Major. He does G.I. Joe. I just bought a version 1 Storm Shadow see-through figure that glows in the dark, and it looks like this when it glows in the dark. And I love this type of.
What'd you pay for that?
$8 a piece for those Storm Shadows.
No shit.
Yeah. This Toy Story Buzz Lightyear clear green talking Disney store figure from 2002 sold for $1,225 loose.
And that was just for display, right?
Uh-huh. I don't know if it was just for display, but it was displayed there, so.
Yeah.
We've been talking about the Revenge of the Jedi stuff lately, and 2 more Revenge of the Jedi proof cards sold. Actually, a bunch of proof cards sold from Revenge of the Jedi this week, but these 2 I thought were cool. You got the Yoda and the Princess Leia. The Yoda sold for just under $2,000, $1,950. It's graded in AFA 70, and the Princess Leia is an AFA 85, and it sold for $3,550. They're both unpunched, but the AFA 70 looks like it has a little bit of a crease or tear in it. So
I think people are sitting on these. I think there's people that have a bunch of these out there.
the proofs, yeah,
Mhm.
maybe. Speaking of Revenge of the Jedi, one of the coolest things was when they put out the San Diego Comic-Con in 2011 for one of their exclusives. They did the Revenge of the Jedi Death Star set, and it had a bunch of cool figures in it, famous figures. This whole set sold for $1,800 this last week.
Damn.
Yeah. Speaking of Star Wars card backs, these are 2 Star Wars card backs. One is the Power of the Force Anakin, which is a rare figure, and then the other one. I can't see what the other one is.
Is that the rebel guard?
Is the Rebel Guard
on Andor? The Andor guard?
I can't tell. I for some reason I just can't see it very well. But they sold for $370, and they're used, like they were torn off. You know,
that's nuts.
Speaking of rare foreign variants, how about some two Star Wars figures from Mexico, baby? How about some Mexican Star Wars figures? You got Yeezee and Yoda, both little
Yeezee.
Doesn't Yeezee look a little different than the original Yeezee? Maybe I'm wrong. Yeezee had a cloak. Maybe that's what it is. He had a cloak.
Didn't he have like the 3 eyes that
Yeah.
extends out for
Yeah.
I don't remember the long sleeves, but it looks like all the figures like that.
I thought he had a cloak, yeah. Well, there you go. Those Little Letty figures, even loose, sell for a lot. And you guys have seen the Little Letty and the Palatoy weapons sell for a shit ton. All right. Speaking of the holographic Star Wars figures or hologram figures, this is another San Diego Comic-Con exclusive from 2022. It's the Micro Galaxy Squadron TIE Fighter, the hologram version, an AFA graded 9.0, sold for $1,200. And then this makes me happy. My all-time favorite game is The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. It's just such a great game. And I saw that Nerdy Girl was putting up like an AFA or a WATA 85 or a graded version. She wanted like 15 grand for it. And I was like, man, I'm never going to get one of those. And then I saw this. You can get a CIB Link to the Past for $200. Hell fucking yeah. I will be trying to find a nice one soon. But some of you guys might out there might remember these. They were before CDs. They were before tapes. They were called 8-tracks. And here's a Beatles Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band 8-track, sealed, sold for $308.
That's awesome. Nuts, right? Still sealed, man. Son of a bitch.
My aunt still has a 8-track player for your car, still sealed in box.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is cool as shit, man.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like a time machine type of deal.
So this is not the craziest ticket of the night. We got more crazy tickets to talk about, but Beatles ultra rare 1965 Hollywood Bowl unused full concert ticket sold for $5,766.
I missed my chance to see the Beatles, but I sold the ticket for $5,000 like way after the
Right? That's crazy. The Michael Jackson the Michael Jackson 1988 was it 1988 when he caught his hair on fire for the Pepsi stuff, for the Pepsi tour?
No, that was 84.
84. Okay.
And the Victory Tour.
These are two from the 88 Bad Tour. You've got the Michael Jackson jacket.
83.
Sold for $302, and then an unopened Pepsi can from Japan with the Michael Jackson on the can sold for $202.
That's kind of cool. The Japanese can. Yeah.
All right. All right. We got more cool stuff. We have got, this is crazy, Marvel Unleashed poster print signed by Stan Lee and dozens of other comic artists. Look at this. There's got to be 200 comic artists that have signed this.
It's cool that there's remarks on there.
Adam Hughes. There's tons, bro. I mean, you name it, they're on there. Look at all these artists. They're all big artists. I mean, there's tons of them.
Man, that's incredible.
Right?
I saw Liefeld's signature on there.
Todd Knock.
Is that Jim Lee on the side there?
Yep. Ed McGuinness. Joe Rubenstein. I mean, you just got tons. They're
what
everywhere.
Did it sell for? $500
bucks, bro.
Wow.
$500.
I mean, and look at some of those names. Could you imagine just the hours of waiting in line for some of those signatures?
Dude, this is crazy.
That guy paid them to take it.
Yes, you're right.
If he only made $1, if he only paid $1 an hour to make that, he lost money.
Yep. Why would you do that? It's probably got to be like they got it in a what do they call that? A state
an
sale
auction.
Or something? Yeah.
Or an auction.
State sale. Well, it's they sold it for someone clearly by the name Slaughterhouse Auctions or whatever. Slaughter County, whatever the fuck.
Oh, okay.
So I would say they sold it for a collector.
Yeah.
Also, like, I would doubt with that low of a feedback they're much of a comic dealer. I don't know.
It's crazy.
What do you mean you only got 500 for it? You motherfucker!
This is a cool book. Check this out. Star Wars Fan Club Special.
Yeah, I love that cover, man.
Signed by David Prowse. Sold for $1,000.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
That's a good buy, dude.
Yeah.
You fucking built 3PO, dude.
This is cool. I wish I would have seen this. So it just says original comic art interior pages. Dude, are you kidding me?
Christ, dude.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, look at the what's the percentage on that feedback?
Dude, the Phoenix is there.
Oh my god.
Eternity, Silver Surfer, Guardians of the Galaxy number 35, great page.
Ooh, feedback of 5 too, though.
Yeah.
85 and 85% positive. It's probably because they didn't ship this.
Yeah, right. Right.
Man, go to his feedback and say, "Didn't get my art."
I don't know why these are selling for so much. They're called Rubber Blanket, complete set of 3, and sample copies. They're sample. I don't know what these are. David Mazzucchelli, but they're selling for a lot. If anybody knows what these are, let me know. So, 1 and 2 have sample labels. It's weird. It's an old David Mazzucchelli book that he must have put out on his own or something. It says sample copies on them. So, $300 it sold for. All right. Startling Mystery Stories number 6 from 1967, you guys. You guys know I love first appearances from creators. This has got the first published story of Stephen King in it.
Really?
Wow, that's pretty
That's
fucking
dope.
cool.
It's called The Glass Floor. Is his first professional work. It sold for $325.
That's fucking cheap.
It's got writing in it. Somebody wrote excellent next to it because it was so good.
Nice.
Excellent.
Nice.
All right. This is so rare. I have to get one of these. So of course
And
you
it's
guys know.
Decapitated head cover too.
Yeah, you guys know how this works. We gotta go and
Put it on.
update. Yeah, we gotta go update the drive. So let's go do it. Let's see if he's there. He might already be there. Stephen King. Nope. Let's add him.
Did it say? Sorry, when you opened it, did it say? Did it say Stephen King?
Yeah.
Next to the excellent. Okay.
I said it right here. Startling
Yeah.
stories, mystery. Yep, and it says right here, Stephen King.
That's what I thought. One of the listings I just found for it, not on eBay, and there's none for sale. Just research listing. Does not say Stephen King. It does say H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh, that's weird.
It says and more. This is oof, yeah. But he was, what was his pen name? Richard Bachman.
Yeah, early on.
I don't know if he wrote anything else besides Richard Bachman, but
this is crazy, dude. This is so cool. So there we go. It is updated. You guys can find a link to the Beyond Wednesdays Comics Creators First list in the descriptions to everything I do. You can also find it on my bio. It's a living document. If you guys want to add stuff to it, you guys can put comments in here and I will update it. So there you go. Next, David Mack sketch cover, a 9/8 for $380. Look at this.
It's beautiful.
$380 for a David Mack sketch. Yep. Got his little.
Yeah, he's fucking flexing right there, bro.
Yeah, bro. All right, I'm gonna piss everybody off. This is the first time I'm gonna piss everybody off tonight. Star Wars Clone Wars rare newsstand comic lot. You got issue number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And these ones up here. They all say Star Wars Universe on the covers.
Wow.
Congrats, Andy.
$450, you guys. How does this happen?
I don't know, man.
How does this happen?
I don't know. Also, I feel like I've seen that lot sell before, but it could have been a very similar lot.
1,300 feedback.
Right? Like
no, I feel like I've seen the pictures. I'm not judging the seller.
Yeah, no, I get you, yeah. Wow, dude. Unbelievable. Congratulations. Next. Vintage Popeye comic book. That's all it says, from 1930s. It sold for almost $3,000. Is this the first appearance of Popeye?
Or Jeep, maybe. I'm not sure. I just can't remember offhand.
Look at this. You know they just found it in a barn somewhere. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, what number is it?
It just says hold on, let's see here. It just says Popeye by Seeger, David McKay Company of Philadelphia. Popeye and the Jeep.
It doesn't show a number on the.
No.
Bless you.
Popeye by Seeger. That's all it says.
So the character first appeared on January 17th, 1929 in the daily King feature comic strips.
Right.
Thimble Theater.
But that's a comic
strip. Yeah.
That's whatever it is. It is a big deal. It sold for a lot.
I've seen it, dude. It might be first Jeep. I'm trying to remember.
Early Popeye comic book, all original, complete, no missing pages, minimal wear. Popeye and the Jeep by Seeger, David McKay Company. Early artwork. Wow. Check this out. This is a cover, another one of those covers that gets no love, and it should. Wolverine number 24 is such a cool cover, dude. Jim Lee. Yeah. Just beautiful. And you can get a 9/8 signature series with the Wolverine label for less than $500, $330. This is cool. Batman Dance. It's a Bill Graham. It says Batman Dance, Bill Graham, Quicksilver Messenger, 1966 handbill. It's from a poster from an old show, I guess, that Bill Graham did, I guess. Bill Graham Presents. Put on a poster. Put on a show. But look at this, dude.
That's crazy.
I think I've talked about this before because it looks familiar. Sold for $543. Next. Is this where Phantom Star Killer got its start? This is from 2013 Phantom Star Killer Ghoul Warrior San Diego Comic Con DKE Toys edition of 25. Killer
Probably.
Toys.
You might be right.
Yeah, this might be the original custom figure that it got its start from.
Oh, from Schmalky?
No, I think.
Oh, because didn't he base it off of something else? Oh, yeah, where it was like a custom figure, right?
Yeah, this is the custom figure. Yeah, I think this is the original. $542. Killer bootlegs, limited to just 25 pieces, released during the 2013 San Diego Comic Con. Hand painted. All right, I'm going to piss everybody off again. Pretty roughed up Nintendo Power there. Sold for $149. But this one's special.
Oh, Jesus. It's the sample copy. Oh, fuck me.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what we do here at the Market Report. $149.
Just piss people off.
We got another edition coming up here to the Beyond Wednesday's Comic Creator First List. This isn't it, though. This is a 1942 comic about the Minuteman Answers the Call. It's a Golden Age promo comic. Talking about the Revolution. Sold for $200. So.
You have to know on that shit, dude.
Yeah, right?
Like if I saw it old for $5 at a, antique store or whatever,
yeah,
I'd probably go for it. I'd have no idea what it was worth, but
How about this one? Mickey Mouse Null Number from Germany, 1951. Sold for $5,000.
Wow.
That's the reprising that what's that cover with where they're in an airplane
and they're throwing out the drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this, man. $5,000. Don't worry, there's more. Here it is. Another edition.
L. Ron Hubbard.
To the creator first. We got to find the first published work of L. Ron Hubbard. The guy who was the smartest man in history, in the modern history, because he successfully created a religion during modern times, which is pretty damn hard. If you want to make money, just create a church. And he did it.
Sure did.
That controls all the celebrities, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
L. Ron Hubbard right there. Look at that, man. So I'm trying to find out his first published work. This is from 1936. If there's any Scientologists out there hanging out at Clearwater, go look in your archives and tell me the first published work of L. Ron Hubbard. I want to know it. This one sold for $177. All right. Speaking of Zelda, one of the coolest things ever is when GameCube came out and they came out with that new Zelda game, the Wind Waker. You could buy the GameCube, and waiting for that, you could get this special promotional disc that had all the 4 original Zelda games on it, including, I think, the Game Boy game. But then you could also get this, which had Ocarina of Time and a never before released Ocarina of Time Master Quest. These 2 games are so tough to find, unscratched up. I bought them back on eBay at the time, like 5 years after, and I went through multiple ones just trying to find a regular, non-scratched up copy. I gotta find it, but these are super cool games. Sold for $416 for the lot of 6 of these. And finally, you guys, the ultimate ticket sales. Check this out.
The Lincoln Memorial will get a major upgrade that will include a new museum beneath the monument and other improvements that are part of
Wait,
about
this isn't it.
a
Hold on.
69.
Hold on. Sorry. This is it. A pair of tickets were sold by Remarkable Rarities by a Boston-based auction company that sold for $262. They were a pair of front row tickets from the theater performance that President Abraham Lincoln was watching when he was shot in 1865.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Dude, I ain't buy any of this shit.
Bro, if cards and memorabilia are selling for millions, there is no way that these should have sold for only $260,000.
Bro, that is like a unicorn of unicorns, bro.
That's the ultimate ticket sale right there. There's no greater ticket stub than this.
You can't, I mean, I can't imagine it only going for that amount, dude.
It's because it wasn't DNA certified with blood.
No
you know,
shit.
on it.
Like I wonder if they were like graded by PSA or JSA, if they would have commanded a higher premium.
Bro, Richie told me about
like,
this.
how does this not go through Heritage or?
Yep. When Richie
That's
told me about
amazing.
this, Richie was like, "There's no way that these should have sold for anything less than $1 million." I'm like,
Oh
"Yeah,
my
bro."
goodness. I mean, that needs to be put in a museum, bro.
Yes, museum should have been winning this auction.
Well, don't they have like auctions specifically for like museums and stuff like that? Where
Christie's.
it's like,
Yeah.
like where they sell like historical items like this all the
Christie's.
time.
So these
Is it
originally
Christie's?
sold
Christie's,
at these originally sold at Christie's in 2002. They sold for $83,000 in 2002.
So where did it? Who sold it now for that 250?
That's a great question.
That 83 grand in 2002 sounds low.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, Lincoln, bro. I mean, Jesus Christ, man.
Too
It's
soon,
like
bro.
finding
They still wanna
Jesus
sell
the
it.
sandals, man.
Dude,
you know,
it's just too soon. They don't, you know what I mean? They don't want to be disrespectful and just put it on eBay after he just died.
yeah, no kidding, right?
You know, I don't know if there are any like yellow label Abraham Lincolns out there or not, but they'd just be in poor taste to already be throwing them on fucking eBay.
Bro, I'm getting John Wilkes Booth to sign mine.
I mean, Topps probably bought it anyways, and they're just gonna
cut it up and put it in cards.
Cut signature cards.
Yeah.
I got the 4th theater card, 1 of 1.
Good shit. That is the market report, ladies and gentlemen, for October 11th, 2023. Oh man,
I remember who was that? John Malkovich when he was like trolling Clint Eastwood. What was that movie? He was saying he was going to kill the president. And he kept on trolling Eastwood, and he goes,
All the presidents.
What do I call you? What do I call you? He said, call me Booth. And he goes, well, why not Oswald? And he goes, nah, Booth had more panache. The way he jumped from the theater and landed and
broke his leg.
Just more style around the assassination.
In the line of fire. Thank you, guys.
In the line of fire. There you go,
Yeah.
baby.
Man, that was interesting. So that's the good shit, you guys. That's what I'm talking about. We are exactly 3 hours, 5 minutes. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Do you guys got anything crazy coming up this week?
Nothing crazy. I'm just over here going nuts trying to find this Popeye book.
I know.
Let's go Astros.
I seen all these. Sean's finding everything about the Popeye book, but there's nothing about what it says. Why?
Look, check the link under that. The
the one
MCS
from
link.
My Comic Shop. Yeah.
Yeah. So at least they do have sales on there. So it's like basically might be the first Popeye.
There we go. Look at that.
Yeah. So if you just read that just on that one book. So it's Popeye feature books. I'm looking up feature book. What does it say? Unsold McKay, David McKay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I'm trying to find the census on it, and
First
then
US
I think I found it 1937, and then 1B. There's 4 graded. There's 4 graded, an 8.0, a 7.5, a 6.0, and a 4.5.
Jesus.
And I can't. So feature books, I can't find them on GPA. I found it on Cover Price. It was at $7,000 on Cover Price for the last sale.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's the reason that you watch the Collectibles market report to find out shit like that.
All right, I want to see how lucky I am
dude.
real quick. So I bought the Lids hat, the Lids top hat.
Let's talk about that real quick. So talk about this, the hat and everything.
Yeah. So so Lids has.
Oh, that's nice, bro.
Yeah. These, what was it, Mitchell and Ness? Baseball caps, and it's a collaboration with Topps, and then exclusively at Lids, you get, when you buy this $50 hat, you get a pack of cards, promo cards, from them. This started like October 6th. I believe the packs of cards are selling for like $50 a pack unopened.
Wow.
So you could get the hat. So you could basically get the hat for free, right?
Yeah.
If you just sold the pack. But
Open it up.
I'm gonna rip them. I checked out the checklist. I was pretty impressed. You can pull autographs and number cards out of here as well.
Let's go, Aaron.
Let's see how lucky I am. All right. Ooh, Riley Green rookie.
Nice.
Yeah, look at that card, bro.
Christian Yelich.
Good old days.
Yeah.
And Volpe.
Volpe, nice.
Is that a real auto?
No.
No.
52
Damn it.
design.
But yeah.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, these definitely have like printer lines all over them, all that stuff. But yeah.
Got a nice pack. Two of the good rookies.
Yeah, I mean, I checked out the checklist and I was like pretty impressed. So they do different throwbacks over the years and stuff like that. So, Volpe is the 52, 64 for the Yelich, and 64
Is Lids
for
owned by Danny Ainge?
Is
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Good for him. I did not know that. Another 2-sport star.
Well, I'm just surprised it's not owned by Fanatics. Just saying.
Yeah.
Like everything else is.
Yeah.
I did find that feature book on the 4 sales I can find. 8.0, 6,500 in 2011. 7.5, 13,500 in 2012. 4.5, 6,300 in 2012, and a 7.0 for 21,600 in 2020. So that explains the price on that fucking raw book, and somebody came up.
Good for them. Good for them. Well, that being said, you guys, thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you. Make sure to hit that sub button if you're not subscribed. Check out the links below. You will find BigLegg's link tree. You will find Red Hood's link. You will find Yeezee's link. You can go check out Yeezee's band and check out this band's gear. They got some killer shirts that are going to be happening. Make sure to check out all the links in the description below. You'll also find out all the homies of the show, all the people that we love and appreciate, and just as much as we love and appreciate everybody that watches us live and on the Rewind every week. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time. Adios.